can't hear. So loud, huh?
Damn.
Don't you hear how loud this is?
Yeah. Take it off. I'm about to take it off.
Oh, what you saying?
I'm saying this.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before it hit the fence, but it hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. But I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these hoes, cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she paid tuition. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. We sending you verse, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see you the haters. People I'm saying, get what I'm painting. A picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need a vest. Act big, you might get stretched. All your gun talk, I ain't impressed. My 45 seen real traffic. That's Dallas, Texas. My little partner called a body for a Maserati. He told him get up out the car, hit him with the shotty. That 12 gauge, gave him life in the 12th grade. I tried to write him, but we ain't on the same page. I caught him slipping, I just had to let him know. It ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post. There's certain things I could probably let go, but I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul.
Okay, we on the backup channel.
Lost in the script. 2. Backup channel.
What up, George? You the only one in here. What's up, man?
Man, fuck George.
George said, ooh, man, this garbage again. Man, I like the song. I don't care what you say. Is it even equal to Immortal Technique or even Cool Keith or even Kobe Rhino? It don't have to be equal. Different stuff for different folks.
I want to say fuck YouTube.
Damn, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up to the most honorable and reliable dude that busted that don't do research or no comment and whack rap the former person named Travis that would be hating on cute Filipino bunnies. K Rhino. All right. Got hit again, YouTube, because we did a clip from Twitter of the dude talking about, the jab and stuff. But it is what it is.
Yeah, every time we get banned, it's because of you.
Every time we get banned, it's because we watch a video of a white dude talking.
Well, stop having white dudes talk.
I ain't doing no more. Anyway, man, to anybody who watches this now or after the fact, thank you for watching. Glad you come in. Please like, comment, and share and subscribe. We gotta make sure we gotta actually, for once, push the second channel. We don't even talk about the second channel.
You gotta give George his ranch on this channel. He don't got it.
We don't even talk about the second channel until we get suspended from the original.
So people don't know about it.
Yeah, so we gotta talk about it more. Oh, there's different type of moderators now. You got managing moderator and a standard moderator. All right, we're gonna get right into it. I ain't got no slide. This is gonna be a quick show. We just want to get something out, honestly. Okay, Judge Greg Mathis finds new home with Allen Media Group. You said he was going to. No, you said the Griot, but I'm giving you credit because you at least brought up Brian Allen's company.
Boulets always laying. They're like a cat. They got 9 lives and they always land on their feet.
You smoke crack, don't you? He gonna call people crackhead on another channel now.
You damn right.
New court series, Mathis Court with Judge Mathis will premiere in fall of 2023. Which means he was negotiating this deal.
He knew it was about to go off air, and he had already had negotiations that this is where he was going to go.
So he knew he was going. Well, let me say this. At least he went to another black. I'm saying, isn't this part of the point where you need black-owned things? It angers me if Judge Mathis, let's say this show goes on Allen Media Group and does well, the numbers increase tenfold what the company's used to as far as viewership. How quickly will he go back to one of those other networks?
Oh, he's not going back.
I'm saying, if his show just somehow, whatever reason, blew up on whatever network he's on, owned by Allen Media Group, it does more views than any show that's ever done on there. It's getting millions of views weekly. How quickly before, when that contract ends with them, when one of those other white networks come and offer him money, how quickly will he leave? I believe quickly.
I don't think he's going to leave.
I think he would if that situation came up.
I can't say I agree with that.
I do, because they do it all the time.
Who?
Everybody in those positions who are able to build himself up
name
in
show.
A show? Well, I can't name a show.
Exactly.
Because shows, they don't happen to black shows. Black shows are used to build up a network and then thrown to the side. I'm talking about a show blowing up on a black network and then been offered money from another.
You've never seen it, so you can't have an opinion on it.
That's why I was given a hypothetical situation, but okay. We'll just
stop
kill
having
it. Let's just
stop
kill it.
having
Let's
opinions on things that you've
It's
never
called
seen
having a
happen
discussion
before.
that could be interesting and entertaining.
Well, it's being negative.
How's it negative? Okay.
You're being negative.
What, didn't we just get to talking shit about Deion Sanders for having success at Jackson State and deciding to leave and go to a PWI? And that's what I'm talking about.
That's you can't compare that
How?
to a black.
That's a black institution.
Network.
Black institution. Both will be black owned and ran.
Well, hey, if you want to be negative, be negative.
Oh, now I'm the negative one. All right. Court is back in session.
Oh, y'all catch that?
What?
Oh, now I'm the negative one?
I said now, no. I said now I'm being negative.
No, you already said what you had to say. You
Court
got off
is
your
back in
chest.
session for Judge Greg Mathis and the TV personality has found a home in Allen Media Group. The Brian Allen-owned media giant has given a firm go for the production of launches in the 72nd and newest HD television series Mathis Court and Judge Mathis. The new court series is daily 1-hour strip from fall 2023, available to broadcast television stations as well as global network, cable, and digital distribution platforms.
Judge Mathis ain't gonna be on there for long. He didn't even want to be on the other net. Did you watch his last season? A couple of seasons, motherfucker just been going there, showing up to get a check, leaning back in a damn chair and all that. Judge Mathis don't really want to do this, but it's a
bad
way of having revenue. So
it's a job at this point. You're right. He already got the profile.
He still get to call people crackheads, so it's a win-win situation for him.
I remember when Corey Hogan told the story about
Don't
him.
go there with no child support.
Yeah, you losing. You coming there with child support. Judge don't play with you. I remember when Corey told a story about him. Said he was at the club one time and said Judge Mathis walked in the club and went to the DJ booth. Said, let everybody know Judge Mathis in here. He's like, you so lame.
That ain't a lame.
It is. In fact, you got to tell the whole club you in there so you can get some love from them to try and get the...
No, he's letting them know, the women in there, let them know Judge Mathis is
just
here.
the women? All right, let's move on.
There you go.
Netflix shares...
Throwing out accusations.
Netflix shares My Name is Monique First Look reveals April to premiere date. Netflix shares My Name is Monique First Look reveals April premiere date. Monique is back, baby. The Oscar-winning actress is giving fans a first look at her upcoming Netflix stand-up special, My Name is Monique, on Wednesday. The streamer released a video to him taking fans behind the scenes of the original comedy special. Let me just show the clip.
Ain't gonna get flagged, is it?
No, because I'm not gonna show the whole thing. I'm learning.
It's going down. Fuck what they said. I told you Netflix would come around.
Ready? In 5. I don't know why. This shit is called My Name is Monique. Y'all might say, damn, we didn't know we was gonna find out all of that. Yes, my name is Monique.
Now, when the second you saw this, what was your first reaction? I remember the first thing you said was, every comedian is now going into
the whole Dave Chappelle spiel.
It's not Dave Chappelle though. It was done by Richard Pryor. It was done by George Carlin. It was done by Eddie Murphy. Chris Rock. All the great comedians.
He has started a trend in this era of this is what they do now.
No. Most comedians do this as they get older.
Okay.
Your early comedy is fart jokes, situation funny. Then it's marriage and kids.
Well,
then it's life and society. Then it's critique of society and life.
Monique is coming off a high with her successful movie, The Reading.
The what?
She's coming off a high with the successful movie, The Reading.
The Reading. That shit was terrible, bro.
I thought it was I liked it. It wasn't that bad to me.
The Reading was one of those movies where it's so bad is entertaining.
It's better than some stuff I've seen, so I'll just leave it at that.
And the writing, like, we could go into a review of that movie.
But
we're going to bring back the movie Lost in the Movies series at some point. Because the writing in that movie could have been good. They just decided halfway through the movie, just forget the ghost and the spiritual side of the damn movie. Let's just go to this.
It definitely could have used more supernatural stuff in the movie.
They just left it.
I'm just hoping that her
stand-up is good.
Her stand-up is good because of all this stuff that's been going on over the past couple of years. The whole thing that happened with her and D.L. Hughley.
Yeah.
The stuff Corey Hogan said about her.
Yeah.
So I just hope that the special is good.
Let me say, I think it's hard to have a bad special when you're doing an introspective special. It's like you're basically telling your life story. You're telling funny moments that happen in your life. It's kind of guaranteed, especially if it's your first time doing it. It's guaranteed to get people to go, oh man, I never do that. Oh, that was a funny moment. It's kind of, and it's over an hour.
Yeah. This stand-up, you're not going to get the skinny bitches, fat bitches stuff.
Well, you might get that, but you'll probably get it from perspective of why she said those things, what was really going on in her life, and funny moments that made the irony of it.
But I'm rooting for Monique, and I hope it does well.
Me too.
I hope the numbers do well on Netflix.
Oh man, they're gonna look at them numbers. Netflix gonna look at them numbers too.
For some reason, I think they're gonna do well.
I think it's guaranteed to do a certain number just because of she finally got one. Yeah, the controversy is automatically. People gonna look at it to say, is it funny?
You have the haters and the people that's rooting for her that's gonna come and watch it
just to see if it's funny or not, and then that'll automatically give you the numbers you want just from people wanting to say it's bad. So even if it's bad, people are gonna watch it to say it's bad. So you're gonna get numbers automatically. But yeah.
But we're not wishing the bad thing. We hoping that it's successful and it does well.
I do.
Shout out to Mo.
Academy adds Oscars crisis team.
I know we ain't talking about this shit still.
I'm just reading the headline.
Okay.
Calm down. I'm saying this because of the Monique situation. I'm saying how they make rules. And I'll get to it. Academy adds Oscar crisis team after Will Smith slap. We'll be prepared for anything we may not anticipate. So now they're saying, because Will Smith went up there and slapped them, they didn't know what to do. They're going to have a crisis team, which means security basically, in case something happens, which means more than likely you'll see a situation where the person who's hosting the event won't be as close, intimate with the crowd. They'll probably elevate the stage and away from the crowd a little bit, and they'll have security. So now they're making it seem like, oh, it's just a threat against the host, which I guess they have to do that as the company, and you're hiring somebody. You have to make sure
It's called corrective action.
Yeah, so Chris Rock could have easily sued the Oscars and said, you put me in a situation where I wasn't protected, but he didn't, obviously. He just went on a tour with the Will Smith thing, made more money in his comedy career in a long time. Tickets went from like $50 to like $600, but you know.
Here you go, shitting on the black man.
The truth is true. I'm just saying it's funny how they added this after the fact.
It's just theatrics.
They made him do that slave movie and he still didn't get one. But anyway. Explainer. Egypt cancels Kevin Hart's show after Black Egyptians reference. Hart was criticized on Egyptian social media for comments he allegedly made asserting that ancient Egyptians were black. Look, man, we're in 2023. I don't even debate this. At this point, you can't debate this stuff with anybody anymore. There's books, there's the paintings, there's pictures, there's all type of art done. There's no reason to debate people on the history of black people anymore. We know that the Egyptians, the people they call Egyptians now, are migrants. Not even migrants, they're invaders. They were, I'm gonna say it like this. Northern and Eastern Africa didn't look like that 1,000 years ago. It didn't look like that 500 years ago. It didn't look like that. But anyway, what are your thoughts on Kevin Hart losing a show in Egypt?
My thoughts are, I don't fuck with Kevin Hart.
But no, forget the comedy part. I'm talking about the part of them being angry at his assertion that
if they believe that they are the real Egyptians, they're going to be offended by his comment.
So you're saying it is what it is?
It is what it is. You can't be saying shit like that. You want to go to another country and want them to sell out your show.
I guess if I was someone with a platform that had 10, 30 million followers and I said, hey, the Jews, the real Jews are black, I shouldn't expect to go do a comedy show in Israel.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. All right.
So he won't say that shit no more. I guarantee you.
I mean, at this point, he may as well. He already lost the show.
Yeah.
Travis Mathis, Jordan here talking shit. Oh, how you doing, Regina?
Oh, Regina showed up.
Hey, how you doing? Hey guys, weird I don't get noticed today for the first time. Dag nabbit YouTube suckers. Grand Rising North Carolina brothers in chat. Yeah, it is what it is. They got rid of us for the next 2 weeks. They almost got us. We got 2 strikes, by the way. We got to calm down until about March 6th, and we can
March 6th. That's when we come back.
No, we come back March. That's on the Monday. March 6th is the Monday. We'll come back that Saturday, so it'll be 2 episodes only. So we'll be able to upload these episodes during the week of that. So hopefully everything goes well. Monique ain't acting. That's what the reading revealed to me. And like Dude said, you can't deny who the original people are for corners of the earth. Exactly.
I agree with that.
I don't debate it anymore. It's like I stopped debating on the internet like a while ago because you realize you're not going to change people's minds, and it's pointless. It's fruitless. I saw there was a post made recently. I'm not going to say the name of the podcast. It was a podcast where a debate came up about pro-blackness, and it was debating what pro-blackness was. And I went to the clip of that video and I left a comment, and I got 2 comments that disagree with me, and I was going to go back and forth with them.
What did you say?
I said I defined what pro-blackness is versus being conscious. There's a difference.
Okay, that's what you said?
I said there's a difference between being conscious, which is knowing what's going on around the world, black people, the technology that's going on, versus being pro-black, which is an action and an ideology where you do anything that benefits your people, and if it doesn't, you don't do it. So that determines who you marry, who you do business with, where you live, everything. That's pro-blackness.
And what was their response?
That's only on the internet. And I my head hurt. I said Malcolm X is only on the internet. Like, there's a reason why even Martin Luther King, who you can say what he did behind the scenes, the reason why he married the woman he married, lived where he lived, the reason why he all those things are decisions politically.
It was setting an example.
Same thing with Obama. He married Michelle for a reason. It is political who you marry. And I'm thinking the fact that he think that's just an internet thing, I can't even debate it. So I deleted my comment. I said I can't debate with these people. I can't go back. I learned that years ago. I can't go back to somebody who hasn't learned that and try to debate them. It's pointless. So I just don't debate no more. But anyway, yeah, Monique. I think Monique can act. She gotta pick better movies. Honestly, I think she's gotta pick better movies. Umar was born on the internet. Even his white schools. The school is physical. What are you talking about? It's brick and mortar. What y'all talking about? What you talking about, Joy?
Why would so Umar Johnson is opening up a school for young black men, and George is calling it whack. See, that's what happens when you raised around a bunch of white people.
Oh, here you go. Oh, I just realized this is your backup going page. Again, YouTube sap suckers and old fish-eyed fools.
Yeah, they got us, Regina.
They got us. It'll be all right, though. I'm thinking about putting it on not Spotify, SoundCloud. Doing something like that with the audio. I've seen people bring up Rumble. We might do that. I don't know yet. Anyway. And here we go. Don Lemon's co-workers trash him over his colossal ego as calls for CNN This Morning Star to be fired grow.
Why couldn't he just say big?
I mean, you need to add stuff in the title to get people to want to click and read. That's basic journalism, Travis. They call it clickbait on YouTube. It's basically just get people to click, to get people to watch, listen, read.
Do be quiet.
Anyway, Don Lemon got in some trouble when he said that the lady was out of her prime. And talking about Nikki Haley, I think that's her name, Nikki Haley. Said she was out of her prime. She's 50-something years old, and she's a Republican.
Don said what he said.
She's a Republican running for president, and he angered a lot of people, saying it was sexist comments to say the woman was out of her prime to be. But a lot of people didn't understand what he meant. Are you saying she's out of her prime to be able to be president, or are you making a joke about her out of her prime as a woman? Which I could say as a person who's a host on a network, that's probably inappropriate to say. But I don't really understand the political component to that.
All the inappropriate things they done said about Trump and everybody else, that's inappropriate to say?
I said those things were inappropriate too. Calling him orange man and all that.
Well, the network didn't have a problem with that being said on live about him, so what's the big deal now?
I'm not saying it's a big deal. I'm just saying from a standpoint of being professional, I can see why that would be a big deal, but they destroy professionalism under Trump. I agree.
You don't get to be professional when you want to be professional.
I agree. So he said that. So now the co-host saying that he got an ego, they want to get rid of him. They took him off the Monday show, but obviously they brought him back at this point. I thought Don Lemon was about to get his nigga wake up call, but I forgot he's a part of that community.
Don said, "Fuck around and find out." He'd be on Fox.
We said that too. If he would have got fired, I would not have been surprised.
Fuck around. He'd be on Fox.
CNN's Don Lemon to receive formal training after Nikki Haley prime comment.
What's the training?
Anchor Don Lemon will return to work Wednesday after he receives formal training for his comments about Republican president candidate Nikki Haley on CNN this morning. Lemon has not been.
Mind you, this is CNN getting offended about him talking about a
Republican candidate, but she's a woman.
So that lets you know what the era that we are in.
But let's talk about it. Let's really go through it. So a black quote unquote gay man a black gay liberal man on CNN, a liberal network, made comments about a Indian Republican woman, and it's like a lot of stuff going on. Remember, this is the side that believe in this idea of intersectionality. So his privilege, quote unquote, as a man, even though he's being black and gay as well, is over her privilege of being a quote unquote woman of color. You know that's why they allow him to get dragged a little bit through this. If this was comments made about who's the white woman they don't like, what's the woman that what's the woman name?
The one out of Alaska?
No, not her. Her too. Carrie Lake. Even though people think she's something, I don't know. If he says about Carrie Lake, they wouldn't care.
Oh, she's a election denier.
Exactly. So it depends on who the person is, and also, it's another point. They want Nikki Haley to go against Trump. She's against Trump.
Oh, okay.
Nikki Haley's against Trump. That's why they're defending her from these comments, because they want to give her a shot to be the candidate for the Republicans for presidency.
She's not going to win.
She's not going to win at all. But yeah, they say he's gonna get formal training. Lemon has not been on air since Thursday, when during the discussion CNN hosted morning about the age of politicians, he said that the 51-year-old Haley was not in her prime. A woman, he said, was considered in her prime in her 20s, 30s, and maybe her 40s. I sat down with Don and had a frank and meaningful conversation. Lynch wrote in memo, he has agreed to participate in formal training as well as continuing to listen and learn. We take the situation very seriously, CNN Business reported. So obviously he ended up being back. He tweeted another apology and returned to work. But I still don't think they want him there no more. So how long do you think he lasts?
Maybe another year.
I think he might resign. He'll be fired. They're going to give him his resignation papers. But I think he might leave the position in about 6 months. Maybe. So Don Lemon, we'll see where he ends up. He'll be on the grill too.
Let's see if he can make lemons.
Make lemonade out of lemon.
Lemonade.
It's Don Lemon, ain't it? He's from South Carolina. Or is he from?
He's Creole, ain't he?
So he's Lemon, ain't it? His name is Don Lemon.
I've always said Don Lemon.
Anyway, Georgia woman crashes SUV into Popeyes after her order was missing biscuits, authorities say. I'm not even gonna read the article.
Talking about this shit.
I'm not reading the article. I just think it's funny. Popeyes is known for having what type of biscuits?
What was the race of the woman?
What does it matter?
What was the race of the woman?
What does it matter?
So you chose this article because it was a black woman.
I don't know if it's a black woman.
Okay.
It says the woman identified as 50-year-old Belinda Miller of Augusta is charged with felony aggravated assault and criminal damages to property in the first degree.
Wait a minute. She crashed her SUV into them over them dry ass biscuits.
That's the point, because she didn't have no biscuits.
You know what? Ever since COVID,
it's crazy.
Motherfuckers have gone crazy. Customer people, it's so many videos of these customers coming into restaurants, and just flipping out on the staff. But luckily, the Waffle House stay ready.
Oh, Waffle House will beat your ass. Waffle House don't. Waffle House don't play.
I think Waffle House need to hold a seminar on how to handle
how to defend unruly customers.
Customers. Now that's a training.
Travis called him Dr. Umar. Put some respect on that fake doctor named Buster. I got Travis Shook calling that the famed man Umar. Travis be knowing. His name is Dr. Umar. Well, his real name is he changed his name, right? Infante, I forgot how you say his name, his last name.
I go by what's on your birth certificate.
Well, he go by Johnson, obviously his legal name, but he changed his name, if I'm not mistaken.
Whatever it say on his birth certificate, that's what we go by.
Carl Jr.'s biscuits is dry, Travis, but
you talking about Hardee's?
Yeah,
they call them,
that's
in the West Coast it's called Carl Jr.'s, but in the South it's called Hardee's. I disagree with that.
Biscuits are dry, Travis, but you love them. They so white, fluffy, and dry.
I like Hardee's biscuits.
Huff said, if Nikki Haley is in her prime, then what is Joe Biden Underworld does? Joe Underworld does.
Dusty ass.
He gonna just disappear into the wind, ain't he? Well, shit, we don't even know if Biden is here or there. So I do believe there should be an age limit for a presidency, though. I don't think you should be allowed to be over the age of 65. The same age that the civilians can retire, that's the same age you cannot be a politician
anymore.
age
you start drawing your Social Security is the age that you can't run for presidency.
I think 65 should be the cutoff to be able to run for president. So if you 62, you might can slip in, but anything past that you can't even run because you'll be in the presidency too long. That's what I believe.
Joe Biden, old reptile ass.
Man, the dude
walking around here.
Let somebody iron his face and put it on. You see how he went and got that surgery before he ran for president, and you could tell they just pulled his face back so much.
Kamala did the same thing too.
She did too.
She had to pull some other stuff, tighten some other stuff up too. Surgery.
He had to draw them curtains back.
She had to tighten another area up before. She got to go out and do more missions because she's the vice president now. So
yeah,
they had to tighten some other.
You got them things for your jaw that you can chew to make your jaw muscle stronger. Oh, Travis is correct. Mofos have gone crazy since the candy jab. Crazy. Them babies got bigger too. Have y'all seen them babies? We talked about that a little while ago. These babies.
People not on here.
Oh no, she's not.
She agreed to it though.
She agreed to it. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Yeah, Nikki Haley.
They ain't having babies. They having toddlers.
Yeah, there's some big babies. Yeah.
Like how the cats be running around looking like little cubs. That's how the babies come out.
Homophobic trolls call out Johnathan Majors magazine cover for not being masculine enough. I'm gonna stay on this quickly as well.
I wonder who wrote this article.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna read the article. We can tell based off of the headline, what they saying.
I mean,
but,
even look at the picture. It's kind of.
Oh, lips little.
He like having his lips perked.
The Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania star struck a nerve with some fans after Ebony magazine posted a digital cover with some considered effeminate. What I don't like is, I'm glad they showed that picture too. The people keep ignoring that no one is saying wearing pink is automatically make you effeminate.
It's his pose.
It is the pose. They keep talking about
His
the
body.
clothes. They keep talking about what people wore in the
His
70s.
face gestures.
What's his name? Isley Brothers, that infamous picture of them standing on the New York street and they dressed in some very, questionable clothing.
They can go back and get 1,000 of those.
I know. I'm saying that they keep bringing it up as an excuse why y'all mad at this when this exists. When those dudes, I guarantee you, would not pose like. Well, I'm not even gonna say that. They might would pose like.
It was maybe one.
They might would,
but the rest of them wasn't posing like that.
But it's not just the clothes; it is the pose. The fact they chose this as the cover
It's the body
of the other
language.
picture. Yeah, instead of the other picture where the character that's supposedly based this off of, the anime character, he wears this type of clothes, but he's more what's the word? Like Michael Jackson bad. You ever the character he played, the bad guy in that video? Oh, that was a bad example. Looking away. It's not Prince with the damn chaps on.
Don't talk about Prince.
No, we can talk about Prince.
We could talk about Michael too.
Oh, we could talk about Michael and Prince. Yes,
Prince ain't never had no allegations on him.
We talking about clothing, please.
Has Prince had allegations on him as being a pedo?
No, that I know of.
And it's a difference.
I'm just saying, Prince done wore some clothes that even back then people was like, "What the hell you doing?"
Well, Michael Jackson been walking around with fake baby hair for years.
The man had his ass cheeks out, Travis. Let's not even go into this. Let's be real. He had his ass cheeks out. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
He thought he was at Chippendale. I can't.
Prince was, I don't know. Amazing
dude.
musical talent, but Prince was, he was.
Well,
Prince.
Michael out here shaking and throwing Jerry curl juice everywhere. Ain't nobody talking about that.
Jerry curl juice. I don't think it was Jerry curl juice. I don't know what he did to it. Anyway. I got the picture. I got in arguments in Black Comic Group. I got the picture. I got in arguments in the Black Comic Group. What are you talking about? I missed something? Sylvester was gay. Sylvester who?
Talking about Sylvester Stallone.
What's the other guy's name?
What other guy?
There's a lot of them back then that was considered, the infamous one, the one that I don't think he's ever came out, but we all know it. The one who was in that dancing movie.
What dancing movie? Oh, Patrick Swayze?
Patrick, no, not Patrick. Him too, but the other one. The one was in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, John Travolta.
John Travolta, that's kind of like infamous. Everybody knows it, but I don't think he's came out all the way. So a lot of them, yeah. Did you guys see the video floating around showing Kamala's neck looking like a mask of some sort? I haven't seen that one, but I've seen a couple pictures of them looking kind of crazy.
They got to tighten. I'll tell you, when they go into the White House after about 2 years, they age terribly.
I think you're talking about another Sylvester. I don't think you're talking about the Sylvester.
You talking about Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, okay, yeah, the disco Sylvester. Oh, the one that got into a dispute with Muhammad Ali, ain't it? Hey, tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah.
The infamous debate he got in with Muhammad Ali. I know you're talking about. Okay. He was gay? I'm not surprised.
Well, George was at those disco.
George, but you out there disco? I mean,
he had his bell-bottom pants on and was going to it.
George said, "Regina, all your crushes." Look at the lips in the picture. Yeah, the lips is giving it all in it, George. The lips tell you everything. It's like the eyes. It's funny how Prince is the most respected androgynous sentient being that straight guys will protect. But he's the only one. Exactly. I agree. When you start talking about Prince clothes, people be like, nah, not Prince. You can't talk about Prince.
Look at George. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Prince is the only one that people just won't.
Kiefer's in the house.
How you doing, Kiefer?
We just got to talking about big-ass babies.
You brought it up again. But yeah, Prince is one that everybody protects. They don't let you talk bad about Prince, boy. Duke Trap, you don't know who Sylvester is? For shame. I'm going to do my research again. I'm sorry. I failed you. I will look up some Sylvester music. I promise you. I don't know Sylvester. I only know him from that one debate with Muhammad Ali. But I look up his music.
Vesta.
That was when they were trying to pin him against Muhammad Ali, and he wouldn't do it. He was just like, I'm not gonna do this in public. He was trying to make an excuse for
Yeah, let's
for
talk
white
about
people.
these Africans right here. Look at that.
Hold on. Let me
He
say
looked
that
like
first.
Godfrey.
Let me make sure
Godfrey, whatever his name is.
Yeah, let me make sure I got all the clips.
You got that turtle clip?
The turtle.
Cardi B.
Yeah. I got it. I'm making sure right now. Hold on. And I think this one should be it right here. Yeah, okay. Let's go. I'm gonna show this clip. Y'all might have saw these viral. Tripping. Y'all may have seen these viral clips
I ain't never seen them until you showed it to me.
of these two young men
These two immigrants.
doing videos and humor on TikTok and probably other platforms where they pretty much do menstrual shows. Pretty much. Apparently, one of them is Nigerian. The dude that called himself. Huh?
We know. You ain't got to tell us.
I know. I'm saying the one of them is named, the big buff dude name is Dancing Gorilla. He's Nigerian. I don't know if this dude's Nigerian or not, but his name is Chicken Boy. So Dancing Gorilla and Chicken Boy. It's said that neither one is Black American, and they're flat out doing internet minstrel shows all the time. They built large followings doing this. Some people has, I don't know, I won't say jokingly, but they've made petitions to get them kicked off line. I'm going
They
to show.
should be kicked off line.
I'm going to show a video here. Get it off your chest. I'm gonna let you go full. We ain't on the main channel
No,
either.
I'm just going.
You can go full fledged right now. You can do it all.
This is just an embarrassment. See, that's why we don't want them over here, because they be over here embarrassing us. It's not funny being can't even get the word out. A caricature. I feel like it's being a caricature of black people.
Well, hold on. Can we say a caricature of black people? Because what do you mean a caricature of black people? Because of the
chicken thing.
The chicken thing. We already had this debate. I don't think we should take it as a damn slur to let people say we like chicken.
There's nothing wrong with us liking chicken, but the way they're acting is it's like buffoonery.
It's minstrel show. I'm saying that's what I know what it is. I'm saying like I'm gonna be the devil's advocate then.
Yeah, you
Even
like
though I
talking
know
to
he
the
don't need
devil.
an advocate. Should we be offended by them playing this character? Should we take offense to it when we know what they're doing and we don't look at these things as things that we should tie to ourselves? When somebody say monkey, because they used to say this stuff to us, should we take offense to it because they're saying the word monkey?
Well, I really don't take offense to them because they're not Black American.
Well, they call them monkey too. That's not a term that was specifically for Black Americans. That was anybody who was African got called monkeys.
They call Middle Eastern people monkeys.
They call them sand monkeys, yeah. Or sand niggers as well.
So
because they're not Black American, you don't take offense to it.
No, I don't take offense to it. I just think they should stop doing the stupid shit. But if there's something they want to do, they could do it.
On my show.
Lord have mercy.
Look
at that shit.
Now you ask yourself, well, the first thing you ask is, who finds this funny? Now,
Like, this is Black American. This is Black American written all over. Now he going with the watermelon. They don't got
can't see
watermelon
it.
in Africa.
They can't see it. Let me show it. They do got watermelon in Africa.
Hold on. They grow watermelon in Africa?
That's watermelon in Africa, yeah. Remember we told you, niggas was eating watermelon in damn Jerusalem. Like, yeah, it was watermelon. Melon. You have a word for it, yeah.
It's the same as that.
Yeah, it's melon, yeah. You know, it probably didn't
Okay.
look the same because it was
Okay.
however many hundred years ago, to thousands of years ago, but yeah. But this was the one that made me go, okay, the chicken one obviously, but this was one that was like, okay, you're clearly playing into stereotypes of American
Blacks.
Like there were postcards, there was all type of stuff they used to say that Black people just love watermelon. they had plays dedicated to it. You know what reminded me of? Let me just play the video right quick.
About the shark bite. Shark bite.
You know what this made me think of when I saw this?
Damn, look at the hairline. Jesus. That shit way back there.
There was a movie by the Wayne brothers called Bamboozled. Have you ever seen it?
Don't talk about the Wayne brothers because they'd be doing some buffoonery shit too.
Have you seen the movie Bamboozled?
No.
It's a movie about a dude who's trying to break out into Hollywood and start he's trying to get into the entertainment industry. So he starts a play or TV show. It's a literal minstrel show, but all the people are black and he's a black dude who runs it. And the whole movie, people are calling him a coon. How could you do this? You know the history of this. But at the same time, there were people in the crowd laughing. So he was able to justify it to himself by saying it's meant to be funny. It's not racist, all the other shit. The dude, who's the tap dancing dude? Not Gregory Hines, the light skinned dude with the dreads.
I know you're talking about. He was on the Jamie Foxx
He
show.
played as one of the characters in the play. He was and they played all to the stereotypes. You know, eat chicken on the plantation, all this stuff. That movie reminded me of this. How there are certain people that are willing to completely debase themselves for money. They're willing to play into stereotypes and tropes and racist things if it will give them money. They were going, and what I'm getting to is, his audience is white. Maybe kids, maybe, especially him in the monkey suit dancing, that's probably kids that like that too. But most of the stuff he do is definitely playing into white people. Because I don't know too many black people that would find this hilarious.
You might be surprised.
Well, in the movie Bamboozled, there were black people in the crowd defending it. Saying it was funny. So it is what it is. Now they want to get rid of this dude. They started a petition.
Damn.
To get rid of him. That's how bad it is. Niggas like, man, we got to get rid of this dude.
Hairline alone need to go.
It's a lot going on, Keeper. It's a lot going on. It is what it is. He's earning that bag for Travis Massa. Grievous won't be, but he's because I believe in evolution. Travis, I hate smartphones and typos. I love watermelon, grape Kool-Aid, and fried chicken because that's all I knew growing up. But that won't make me a black man. That won't make me black again. Once I ate KFC, I knew the secret we all love to eat. All jokes aside, as things are being revealed, I think we are being duped by who is supposedly men and supposedly women in Hollywood. Perhaps if we've always been flipped.
I agree.
If we ignore them, they'll go away. Keith, I would love to believe that, but I think this situation is, look, I always said when it comes to black people, especially in America, once you reach a certain level of fame, black people cannot cancel you, but they absolutely can make you relevant or not. There are a lot of black people who got a big base, they make money, but they're not relevant to black people, which means they're not relevant to pop culture. So you'll make a lot of money, but you'll never be you'll be popular, but you won't never be mainstream. You just have a big audience and make money. You know what I mean? In order to be relevant, you have to be relevant to black people to be in pop culture. I would love to say that you can ignore them, but they have a big audience. We can ignore them and say whatever, but it's still going to be going on. The problem is, do you care if they're doing it? Do you think it does something negative to black Americans? So you ignore it? Or do you think you need to get rid of this imagery that existed once? So you gotta pack them up.
They gotta go.
One of the two. I need to rewatch Bamboozled now. Heck, many movies with conspiracy and analysis eyes. Yeah, I like to go back and watch movies too. Now that I know stuff I know now.
Because you didn't see things that you saw when you was younger.
You see way different things. You see the whole movie totally different. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna say a movie. There was a movie called Save the Last Dance.
Yeah.
As a kid, that movie was just a black dude trying to teach a girl how to dance.
Yep, and then they just ended up falling in love.
Yeah, it's just
and
like,
his sister was like, "Why you white women always out here taking out black men?" We all were like,
and this is me like, what, 8, 9? Now you don't know how
like,
old I was.
Leave her alone.
Why is she so angry?
Angry black woman.
But now I'm older. I'm like, this movie is propaganda. This movie is propaganda.
Yes, it was, and it worked well on some of us.
How you had the black dude who had the best friend in the streets, but he was trying to go the right direction.
Yeah.
That whole thing
And the
of
sister was a baby mama.
had a baby with a baby daddy who did, yeah. So it had all the stereotypes in it. And then the white girl had a father who her mother died trying to go to her recital. Her trauma was much different
From theirs.
And also it plays into the thing. Whenever you watch a movie of a interracial couple, the white person tend to have a trauma or
It's
something
a flawed character.
a flawed characteristic about them, whether they drugs or whether they're into some type of sexual deviancy or they're dealt with some type of trauma, like somebody died or they killed somebody or something. They tend to make a flawed character be the only one willing to date a quote unquote black person in those movies. But yeah, at some point they take our best and brightest and put them in skirts minus Denzel.
Don't leave Denzel out of Hollywood.
Yeah, I think everybody has worn a dress at this point. Dave Chappelle did when he first got into the industry. Martin Lawrence did. Will Smith did a whole scene where he kissed a man. What do you call it? Pelican's Brief? How you say it? What's in that movie?
I don't remember that.
Will Smith movie.
Dude, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the movie. The name of the movie.
Okay.
I don't even remember ever watching the movie.
Well,
I
we
just
know the name of the movie
people
because of
talking
what
about that
happened in the movie.
infamous scene he did.
No, we know. Yeah, we know what scene happened. We ain't watched. I don't remember watching the movie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another. Yes, most of them ain't not having the word yet. So, I was just thinking if Denzel is 2, it's over.
Did George's brother, Cuba Gooding Jr., wear a dress? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. I can't think of a movie he wore.
Wesley did put on a dress.
He did a whole movie.
Tu Wan Fu.
Yeah. Wesley did a whole movie. Yeah, all of them did. Obviously Eddie Murphy. Many comedians too. Do we count The Rock as black? He did it. Vin Diesel did it. And by the way, it's not just black men that did it.
Robin Williams did it.
All of Hollywood had to do it at some point. For the most part. They had to wear something, a dress.
Morris Chestnut
skirt.
did not dress up in a dress. We got one. We got 2. Denzel and Morris Chestnut did not dress up in dresses.
Tay Diggs?
Tay Diggs did have on a fucking dress.
Oh yeah,
You remember that shit?
He did it in a he didn't do it in
He
the
did
movie.
it in a play.
He did it in a play, yeah.
Ugly ass.
What you got? Travis remember the movie Lies. Rock is Samoan, but he's his father.
George,
black.
how you gonna tell me? Wait, no. George, how you gonna tell me what I remember? You tell us what the movie is. We know you saw the movie.
It was Pelicans something. Maybe that ain't the movie. That's the movie with Denzel. I'm tripping. That's the movie with Denzel. I don't remember the movie with Will Smith. Pelican Brief. That's Denzel and that white woman.
So you got Morris Chestnut, Denzel. I don't think Cuba Gooding Jr. did it.
You said they did it.
Tyrese didn't do it.
No.
Ving Rhames, he did.
Ving Rhames did.
He played Holiday.
Now, I just have a question. We're going to end this discussion. We're going to end the dress conversation with this right here. Why did Ving Rhames play a person named Billie Holiday when there's a woman named Billie Holiday that actually existed, was a singer, very popular? I'm gonna leave it at that. So far, Denzel, his dress moment has only been inside the title A Devil with a Blue Dress On.
So Morris Chestnut is the only one that ain't wore no dress.
I guess so. Yeah. It's not many of them. All right, the movie was called The Coming of Travis.
Fuck you, George.
Oh, George. Right,
you know what the fuck that movie is. You know the name of that movie. He's playing dumb.
All right, let's get back to these buffoons. Let's see what. There was a person who came out and defended them. And this person is the buffoon themselves. They're a caricature of black personality. Let me show this.
2 guys that they go to restaurants and they act like a complete fool. You know, I don't know what's his name. He's really brolic and he be dancing all crazy. And then there's the other one that he just do too much for me. So I've been seeing petitions for people to ban them on social media and everything. And I feel like I'm going to get dragged because I don't have, hey, bájale la voz. And I feel like I'm gonna get dragged because I don't have the popular opinion. Because they have a community supporting them. And every single time that somebody's doing the same thing from the fucking community, y'all wanna bring them out, do petitions to get. They are not doing anything wrong, but being cheesy and corny.
Do you understand turtle talk? What she say? You understand turtles? You deal with animals. I don't. What she say?
It's funny to me because, of course, she would defend it. If you look at her history in the entertainment industry and how she was introduced to the public, it makes so much sense that she would defend people acting like this in front of large audiences, because that's what she did to get her fame. But the fact that these people, like a person like her, who apparently don't know the history of these characters they're playing, is so willing to get on the internet and be so wrong about something, be so ignorant.
Her Black King needs to do some training with her, educate her on some stuff.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
You mean an old turtle?
I mean, it is what it is. And another thing is, why does she feel like she can? You know, the people who were asking for the petition, you know who those people were. Those were black people. So you feel like you have the clout to come out and voice your opinion on black people trying to deal with other quote unquote black people. And I'm gonna give my 2 cents because I think they just making their money. Well, you made your money hoeing and stripping and, selling out all your dignity. So of course you don't mind people. You don't mind them doing stuff like that. You have no dignity.
Because some black go in her that she gets to talk about black things.
That's true.
That's the problem.
That's a big problem. Yeah. But they don't check their women. They let them
run amok.
Oh, this one right here was crazy. You know Dilbert, the comic strip? He was talking shit about black people. He is done. They look, these white people is done playing games. I'm so glad too.
I love it.
I wish Trump was in office when he said this. It would have been an even bigger story.
It would have been epic.
I love.
Get those son of a bitches off the field. You're fired.
Yeah, when they need. Get them off the fucking field.
You're fired.
I love when people are honest about who they are and just lay it out on the table. I know who you are then. So some people want to be around people that don't want to be around you.
George.
You decide to move into a neighborhood around people don't want you around, but you want them to treat you nicely. And then when they don't treat you nicely, you want people to give you sympathy. Like, come on, bruh. You know they don't want you there. You don't want to be around your own that bad. Anyway, Dilbert comic strip dropped by newspapers over Scott Adams' racist rant. I'm gonna show the video first, cause they sick of niggas. They sick of you. They sick of you. See what he had to say.
So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed.
It was never...
Maybe the Most High laid it on this man's heart.
To say it.
Just tell the truth and tell you what it is.
Look, man.
This is ancient hatred.
Ancient.
We're never gonna get along.
Throughout history, there's been multicultural societies, but they always fall. All Rome, all the great, when I say great, I mean powerful, I don't mean good. All the great civilizations, all the great empires, they fall when they become multicultural because you're starting to have culture wars. Because there's no such thing as fair. And when you have multiple cultures or groups in one empire, they're gonna want treatment to be even, and it don't exist. You're always gonna be partial to the dominant. So if your culture is dominant, you're gonna be partial to yours. You're gonna always make sure yours stay in power. The second you start letting the dominant culture fall for the cultures that are at the bottom, it's gonna collapse. It's over. So he's right.
He ain't saying nothing wrong, to be honest.
Right, this can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population, because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America, because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like, I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white. It's over. Don't even think it's worth trying. Totally not trying. And there we go. You didn't expect that today, did you?
This is a man who, I'm telling you, this is a man who looks around. He sees what's happening to what they call the Western civilization. It's falling. It's falling. And it's like, at the end,
do you have the...
Go ahead.
You got the picture I sent you?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna show it. At the end, let me make sure I send it to my, at the end, at some point, hold on. They're going to blame a certain demographic for the fall of their society.
Black people.
They're going to say it's your fault.
You're the progressives. The liberals.
Yeah, they're going to blame you. Let me make sure I send this to myself right now. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
But those who don't want to focus on education, you just need to get away from them. Just get as much distance as you can. That's my recommendation. And I'm also really sick of seeing video after video of black Americans beating up non-black citizens. I realize it's anecdotal, and it doesn't give me a full picture of what's happening. But every damn day I look on social media and there's some black person beating the shit out of some white person. I'm kind of over it. I'm over it.
Is that true?
No, there'll be new fights, but I'm sure it's a country of 300 million people. It's a world of 7-8 billion. I'm sure you're going to see some videos of people getting their ass.
So black people the only people out here whooping their ass?
They're not. But understandably, if you go on the internet and you kind of see somebody that look like you getting their ass beat, it's going to seem like that's the dominant what's normally happening. Like I said, it is what it is. Let me just make sure I load this up right quick. This definitely need to be seen. Travis was out here stargazing and...
I was what?
Stargazing. You're looking up at the sky.
Yeah, no. I happen to see some shit.
All right, let me just...
That was very close and was just sitting there.
All right, let me know when you want to show it. Because I don't know if I got anything to tie into it automatically. All right. Let's see.
Samuel Jackson, has he been in a...
I don't think so.
Okay, Samuel Jackson is one.
Yeah, 6 Degrees of Separation. That's it. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a subtitle for the coming out of Travis Virginia Flex. He did ad campaigns for Balenciaga and never spoke up against them. Cardi B raped men with pills, and Travis loved her music. Wait, who? He... Oh, you talking about the what's it called it, dude? Okay. He is, she, today's a long day. Buffoonery recognizes buffoonery. Exactly. They were paid at this point. They don't care because he got enough money. Yeah, exactly. Travis, I'm not from farming in Colorado trying to get paid by having a fake campaign. We don't know if some people faking, bruh. He ain't done nothing except be himself. Exactly. Yeah, he said it, Kiefer. He definitely said it.
Is he a tiny hat? LOL.
Probably. I don't even gotta look it up. I can look at him and see it. You can see it in his spirit. Now, I don't think he is, but he has a tiny hat backing. That same thing to me. Probably, and I bet he has a black woman talking shit.
Probably do.
Probably do.
See, Regina don't be knowing what be going on
Yeah,
in Seattle.
Regina, she be
In Seattle, she know what be going on.
She know the streets. She know what's in these streets. So he attempts to social engineer the feed, his racial palette. Well, yeah. Oh, dude, get away. Travis snorting equal, seeing his white ancestors. They talking to him, telling him to set you up. Cardi B did a Balenciaga campaign. Yeah, they wanted her to say something. She didn't. Now you know he's being funded to say he's tired of watching video after video of blacks beating up others. Come on, man. But yeah, if he got the backing or if he is, it's the same thing to me. Because it gives him the same level of, what you call it? Well, he got fired. I don't know why I don't have I said it right there. He got dropped by the newspaper. He didn't care. He's already made his money. I don't even nobody reads newspapers no more. Nobody reads no comic strips.
I can see why they dropped him from the newspaper because he's saying he's separating himself from black people and then maybe black people that, you know, read it or are part of where he works. So, but he didn't say nothing wrong. But his thinking.
Yeah. He said everything he should say. Now, let me show
short ass midget.
Let me show this video.
You guys know race mixing was illegal up until 2000. Race mixing was illegal up until 2002. You're going to give up 50,000 years of evolution if you mix up with this dude.
Are you filming us?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
But you
just look awkwardly.
No, you realize that race mixing, it's going to give up 50,000 years of your evolution, right? There's 2 billion of those people being born because of.
Did you know that it's actually better evolutionary to like?
No, it's not.
I'm not going to talk science.
No, it's not.
I'm a scientist.
No, it's not.
I'm a scientist, and I'm not going to talk about this.
Literally.
Hey, the dude out here trying to save his woman. He's trying to save his woman. Now I will say this. You notice the quote unquote black dude's energy is very passive.
Is that what the Hebrew Israelites that walked up to him and said,
"This is my lady.
You need to get away from that white woman.
Yeah.
That white woman's a devil the Bible speaks of. You need to go find you a sister. This my woman, man." He be trying to fight and doing everything, but the white man,
he's very docile.
Submissive.
And this sound like some little Reddit dude. Like this sound like some dude.
I don't know. That black dude looking at him like
he might be a big
ball
dude.
his ass up.
I don't know.
Literally, you're just throwing down your genetic line. For sure. Pretty much, you're just LARPing. You're LARPing as a European in America. If you had any actual like heart and integrity,
Hey, homie, are you
then
done?
you'd go back to
No.
Africa.
Are you done?
What are you, a Jew?
Are you done?
Are you Jewish?
No, fuck no, man. Are you done though?
No, but I'm saying the truth.
Now I show these videos in parallel. I show Dilbert and I'm showing this dude. White dudes, look, and I'm not one of these dudes that come on here and say, yeah, white men got it bad. I'm telling you, the image is falling. Not only just the image is falling. They see what's going on. Their young boys are starting to do the same thing young black boys been doing in school. They're starting to fail.
Your time is up.
It's the end, man.
No, hold on.
Actually,
Hold on.
like I am a scientist, and you are wrong.
Stop.
So you get the point. He went out there. He wanted.
Is that George?
George is out there in the late night.
George out there with that little snow bunny.
Hey, George, you get caught with that snow bunny with the wrong people.
They gonna whoop his ass.
You know, you got to defend yourself.
I'm sure that's happened to him plenty of times, though.
All right. Let me show this. This is NAACP. We're discussing and celebrating the past, present, and future of music from Africa with the ruler, Adu, and whatever to kick off the NAACP Image Awards Entertainment Summit.
You notice they've been doing this with every platform?
Travis, they pushing Afrobeats hard. They pushing Afrobeats. You know why? They pushing Afrobeats? Because something just failed. What's that music them Koreans was doing? K-pop? K-pop failed in America. They were pushing K-pop hard, and it went nowhere in America. They remember those dudes that do it over here and giving them awards, and it did nothing in America. Now they're about to start pushing Afrobeat now. They got to find somebody else to exploit. They don't about drain hip hop and R&B. They don't about drained it. They need another genre. The problem is I'm gonna say it like this.
Say it.
They ain't getting it from it's not.
I didn't even realize that song with Kendrick Lamar and
It's just Afrobeat.
what's her name?
Is it SZA?
SZA.
They said
Off the Black Panther soundtrack.
Yeah.
That was Afrobeats. I did not realize that was Afrobeats.
And somebody said that was the best Afrobeat song ever.
And I actually like that song.
It's Afro. And once again, who did it?
Black Americans.
Like,
Well,
and
we
I'm
don't know
not
what the fuck
being-
SZA is.
I'm not trying to be like that. It's just when you talk about jazz, hip hop, R&B, gospel, funk,
Rock.
disco, rock and roll, like they got all this from one group. and they
Neo
was able
soul.
They was able to make trillions off of it. Now they're trying to find somebody else. Niggas ain't created nothing.
Did you
what they
say
call
country music?
Country music as well. Blues.
Folk music.
They don't make so much money off black people. And I can say in the last 20 years, black people have not created a new genre. Normally every 15, 20 years or so, niggas start a new genre. They haven't. We created drill. You could say drill. You could say what do they call it? Trap soul, which is R&B, trap music. We haven't created something new yet. So they like, the niggas ain't creating nothing new. We gotta go find something then. When they try to do K-pop, now they're trying to do Afrobeat. So and what they're trying to do is get black Americans to hop on the Afrobeat wave. And it might work. Kendrick Lamar did it. What's his name? Sway Lee. That song he did with French Montana. That song was amazing. That's Afrobeat. And Sway Lee killed that song. He killed it. He completely carried that song. I think he sold the song to French Montana, which is crazy. That song got 1 billion views. So don't be surprised if niggas don't start doing Afrobeat.
No.
Now that's gonna create a whole nother level of tension because you know who take all the credit for Afrobeat? Nigerians. So if you start putting black Americans in front of Afrobeat, it's gonna create even more of a, you know what I mean?
Don't give a damn.
But I think they're trying to push Afrobeat because they're trying to make some money off another music category. That's just American capitalism. That's all.
There's far more important things to talk about. NAACP.
Hey, they part of the American system as well. He had an animated series based on the strip. Well, I never seen it. There are several photos of Samuel Jackson wearing kilts. If that's count. That don't count. That's historical wear. That's from Ireland, Scotland. I'm sorry. So
black people don't wear that. So
black people did wear that.
I'm gonna say that's a win for
black
you,
people
Regina.
did wear that with the bagpipes and all that stuff. So we
You
can't
got
do
pictures?
That. I don't like Dilbert for a reason. Now I have a better reason. The one we all used to watch was Charlie Brown. Now Charlie Brown was popular, and the other one, I forgot the other one. Travis Haight confirms my stance. Travis, I got
Hell
the
no,
video
you
of
can get my email address. You have the email address for the channel. Hell to the no.
My phone hating on me. Oh, yo, autocorrect. Killing you ain't hating ass Travis. Thank you for my validation of trying to melanating all nations. I like city pop. You mean K-pop?
Melanating all nations gonna get your ass popped.
All these genres, including Travis, black people created. Ooh, is this a China connection to the reason Africa is being so heavily pushed? Well, yeah, that too. America notices that Africa is starting to gain a lot of influence in Africa. So America says, how do we get into there? They don't like us. So how do we get in with them? Oh, okay. They want access to our media. So we'll give them attention. We'll take their music. We'll take their artists. We'll put them on. Look, you had a Afrobeat artist at the NBA All-Star game performing at halftime. You're giving them awards now.
I can imagine
Grammys.
how that went.
You're starting to acknowledge them and give them Grammys and stuff. So they're trying to get to Africa through their celebrities, their entertainment. So they think you can get to them the same way you get through African Americans. But I don't know if it's gonna work.
You need the niggas on your side, like Time Warner Cable.
It's on your side. All right. What's this? Oh, and Culture back. I don't know what
Boy,
JJ did and Culture, but it's years later and she's still now when she said black Americans have a special place in this country, I said, what? This is Ann Coulter? Boy,
JJ laying a special pipe. That's why black people
JJ
got a special place.
Yeah, that whipper pill. She whipped, boy. Damn.
You got that whip appeal.
Let me see what you got to say.
The reason people are concerned about the words they use, the reason Americans care about civil rights, the reason we are sensitive to racism is for one issue and one issue only, and that is how black Americans were treated in this country. It is because of the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. Those do not compare. Irish, the new groups, they always get a little bad treatment. Do not compare that to how blacks are treated in this country. You don't get to piggyback on the black experience in America. You do not get to do that just because you are a woman, an immigrant, gay, Hispanic. No, the rest of you can go F yourselves. No, this is for black Americans. We seem to have forgotten them. It's not a rainbow coalition.
So I think this is probably an older clip, and they just refreshed it during Black History Month, but when they say your enemy of my enemy.
Now, JJ is actually out here doing what George
Look
is
at
supposed
now, hold on, you
to
gonna
be
defend
doing.
JJ? He's a sick Negro. He's a sick Negro. Oh, look at this.
Oh, God.
Look at this. Zelensky and Biden are fighting the same war against racism and imperialism as Malcolm and Martin.
So
this
Joe
is so. So
Joe is
who Malcolm? Who Malcolm?
No, Joe is Malcolm and
No, I think Zelensky is Malcolm.
How's Zelensky Malcolm?
Because he about the war. He's the one who's at war, quote unquote.
No, Joe will be Malcolm.
Why? Because he's taller. And he's skinnier.
No, Joe Biden don't want peace either.
That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, okay. Well, did Martin really want peace? We found out he didn't really want peace until he was convinced by some people to go that route. So he had a cache of weapons that he was ready to ride.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I see this trending. This Tommy and this Mayweather fight trending. You know that Tommy and Natalie Nunn.
No.
What's the name of that network?
You talking about that Zeus network?
Yeah, it's a fight.
The spinoff Oxygen channel with the baddies and shit. That's what it is.
Took all them shows and just remixed them. But this is just disrespectful. And obviously you had people in the comments roasting them like, "What are you doing?"
Maybe they could actually throw bows.
But see, this is what white liberals do. They use black icons once again to push their agendas. All right, let's move on, man. Oh, speaking of Malcolm X. Malcolm X's family announces lawsuit against CIA, FBI, NYPD for wrongful death.
Who?
Her father.
Come on, man.
Well, remember they just released the papers. Remember they just released the information about they knew his life was a threat against his life. And remember the guy who was arrested for killing him? Now the other guy saying he had nothing to do with it. It's just me by myself, which he's clearly lying. He just trying to take all the blame.
And
to
of course, Ben Crump is on the scene.
Mr. Ambulance
with the gangster lean.
Ambulance, I'll say this: the man work hard. He don't be on video calls. He be in person every single picture. That means he on how many flight miles you think he got last year?
Is he getting flued out?
I think he paying out his own pocket. He getting to it. He ain't sending people that work for him. No, he coming himself. He making sure his face is right there next to it to make sure it's stamped by the Crump. Mr. Crump himself, he made sure he stamped every case to make it authentic. He beat out the Merritt dude. The Merritt gone. The Merritt dude had to just run for office.
Lee.
Yeah, Merritt Lee had to just run for office to try and get some clout. Because they were hitting up Crump more than him. So he like, fuck it, I just run for mayor or something.
He for the peoples.
The peoples. The family of slain civil rights leader Malcolm X marked on Tuesday the anniversary of 1965 assassination by announcing plans to sue agencies including the CIA, FBI, New York Police Department, and others for $100 million, accusing them of playing a role in his death. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is she's absolving the Nation of Islam, who clearly has something to do with it. I hate to say it, Farrakhan. I'm just allegedly, I'll say it. It's alleged that Farrakhan and the Honorable Muhammad, allegedly they're the ones that put the hit on him. That's just what it is. So her doing this is completely moving them out of, being accused of it, even though everybody and their mama know they had something to do with it. The dude that killed him was a part of the Nation of Islam. Now we could say, he was just an implant by the government to frame it towards the Nation of Islam, but let's be real. I'm just saying. Come on. We're giving a hot take right now. We gotta give something to it. Come on.
I don't have nothing to say.
That ain't no hot take, by the way. I'm just joking.
To know whether or not Mr. Louis Farrakhan was involved.
That ain't no hot take. That's the allegation. Let's be real. That's the allegation.
Death of Malcolm X, and I won't comment on that.
So you think it had nothing to do with the Nation of Islam? Nothing. Even though he came out and spoke against the leader, saying that he was a damn pedophile, or at least he was messing around with young girls. You don't think it had nothing to do with him? Damn, damn, George's gonna get your ass. You really shook. Two of his daughters were joined by Attorney Ben Crump in a news conference, and they asked for $100 million, which is, on the site of a former ballroom in Upper Manhattan, where Malcolm X was fatally shot, and the crowd gathered to hear him speak on February 21st, 1965. 3 men were convicted, but 2 were exonerated in 2021 after the renewed investigation into the case against them showed the evidence used to gain convictions were shaky and that authorities had held back some information. The co-administrator of her father's estate filed notices of claim, which is the first step in the process of saying that the agencies conspired with each other and with other individuals and acted and failed to act in such a way to bring about the wrongful death of Malcolm X. For years, our family has fought for the truth to come to light, she said. You're not going to say nothing. You really going to just...
I wish her the best on her case. I hope she receives justice for her father's untimely death, and I wish the best for the sister.
Untimely death. He was murdered. Untimely death. Negro. An example of city pop is songs like Plastic Love, and another song is called Stay With Me. Okay, so city pop is a whole nother genre I don't know about. I might look it up. Travis don't know the seed of her precious black Israelite gets stomped out by Pastor David Lynn. David Lynn, stop, George. I got to check you on that. David Lynn ain't checking nobody. David Lynn, I remember I used to watch David Lynn. There was a white guy who used to go on the corners and preach at like colleges and stuff. I forgot his name. I started watching him when he started talking about racist shit. I was a youngster then. JJ. See, Regina, JJ, a national monument for the proof is even Mike Chavez have a bow down to the greatness, but hate on me when I convinced JJ to answer the call of the all nations. JJ is definitely Ann's national monument treasure. Mounting. Yeah, I don't know. We keep making that joke. She probably ain't dealt with that man in a while. Maybe they're still together. I don't know. Travis historically has no comment, aka Massa. I'm on point. Travis standing on your square, and Tiny has got you booking. Yeah, Virginia, it's true. Like Travis role model Kurt Angle would say, it's damn.
Who is Kurt Angle?
Wrestler. I sent a video to Messenger. Shoot, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan practically admits the conspiracy on NOI in a video, stating NOI has their in-house ways of dealing with traitors like Malcolm. Yeah. I mean, we don't like to admit it, but the truth is truth. Or at least the conspiracy is the conspiracy. You really don't say nothing on that. Wow, let's move on then. Angela Davis discovers ancestors were Mayflower Pilgrim, was a Mayflower Pilgrim in episode of Finding Your Root.
Bullshit.
What you mean bullshit?
I don't think it's true.
No, she found out both sides of her family.
I don't believe it's true.
What you mean?
I don't think it's true. I think it's a lie.
Why would it be a lie?
Angela Davis, the Black Panther freedom fighter. And then it just so happens to be that both of her parents was on the Mayflower ship.
Well, she was compromised too. What are you talking about? She defended herself in court against a. We talked about this. We don't even go down to Angela Davis. Turned feminist. Hardcore.
I know her history.
Like,
you
come
don't
on,
need to give me a history lesson.
We gonna let her claim the Black Panther thing when we know what she went on to do.
You gonna let her claim that both parents came off the Mayflower?
No, it's saying that one of her parents came off the Mayflower and another one was a slave owner.
Oh.
That's not impossible at all. Let me show the video. Henry Louis Gates is exposing these movies. He's exposing their ass. That's why I will say the white people definitely saw this and immediately started saying, "Ooh, look like she owes some reparations."
Sure do.
They definitely said what she
didn't get no reparations.
See what you're looking at? That is a list of the passengers on the Mayflower.
No, I can't believe this. No. My hands.
If it's true, she knew. She knew her line, and that's why she was set up to do all the things that she said that she did.
Well, we want to say this. Berry Gordy.
Berry Gordy is a white man.
Berry Gordy's great grandfather is a white man.
Yeah, he has a lineage of a white ancestor.
So, and it wasn't according to them, it wasn't a situation of slave owner. It was a consensual marriage.
And that's a nice looking white man.
Ancestors did not come here on the Mayflower.
Your ancestors came on the Mayflower.
No.
You are descended
No.
from one of the 101 people who sailed on the Mayflower.
Oof. That's a little bit too much.
Now, people were saying, how does she not expect this? I don't think she's surprised of having possible white lineage. I think she's surprised it was the Mayflower.
Is it a woman or a man? He didn't say.
He didn't say anything.
To deal with right now.
Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think that you may have descended from people who laid
Never.
the foundation
Never.
for this country?
Never.
So she's descends from the people that laid the foundation of America, but she was fighting against the foundation that had been laid.
Because she didn't look like those people no more. New truth were revealed about the family of the Black Power movement leader. On February 21st episode, we know according to this episode, the results of the DNA revealed that one of her ancestors, identified as William Brewster,
is a man.
Remember that movie Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
The white man left him money. That's funny. Was one of the 101 pilgrims who traveled to the United States aboard the Mayflower. Do you know what you're looking at? We know. David's initial mission for the Gates team to dig into the true identity of the maternal grandparents, who David's mother, Sally Bell, a foster child, had never met. Research found that the father of David's mother was John Austin Darden, a white lawyer from Alabama who was considered a prominent and wealthy member of his community. He has my mother's lips. It's so funny. I could see her in him. David said as they viewed the photo of Darden and compared the resemblance beside the photo of Belle, whose biological mother was black. So her mom, her family got a
white man, black woman.
This is what they do. Like it seemed like every generation that ended up happening. Like I'm just saying,
they knew who they were.
Like it is what it is. I guess I'm both glad, but I'm also really angry. My mother may not have been the only one. She may have siblings who are half black. So this actually opens up so many other questions. Gates also revealed truth to the distant ancestors, including one from the 1700s who was a slave owner in Georgia. David's father, Benjamin Frank Davis, never told her that her paternal grandfather, Murphy Jones, was a white man who had multiple children with her grandmother, Molly Spencer. The episode also revealed that Spencer's father, a black man named Isam Spencer, was born a slave in 1824 on a Marengo County cotton plantation. He was freed after the Civil War ended, but had a fight in court to demand freedom for his nieces and nephews, who the plantation owner tried to retain as slaves.
That's a white woman.
That's a white woman. It is what it is.
That's why she got in heavy in that feminist shit.
Because the black shit wasn't really who she is. Cause I'm shocked. Exactly. I'm not shocked. Exactly. We could have expected that. So let me. Now this should be quicker now, because because it's his own screen now. All right, let's move on. But are you surprised?
No. No, not at all.
Is it more so because of her decisions in life, or how she looked?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Okay.
Normally, you reveal who you are.
Yeah. The spirit bear witness.
Yes, it does every time.
It tell you who somebody is. Just listen to him. All right. Bill Maher,
the Jew.
Yep. Sticks up for slave-owning founding fathers in viral clip. It should be on this page. I'll play it from here. No, okay, I got the clip next to it. Hold
Ain't
on.
that the one that like black queens?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all. When you talk about Jewish dudes, it's not a surprise when you see them with a black woman.
Who are wanting to cancel Thomas Jefferson and George Washington because they had slaves and everybody else in an era when everyone had slaves who could afford it, including people of color in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
It was a human thing.
Yeah.
It's not just a white thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to cancel Jefferson and Washington, you have to cancel Jesus because he never spoke against it.
You know what amazes me? When Jewish people, so-called Jewish people, call themselves the chosen people, God's people, and all this stuff, yet they're the biggest atheists. They're either Orthodox or atheists for the most part. They're either super duper into it or they're atheists. And yet they still refer to themselves as Jewish, even though they're atheists. So you don't even believe that stuff, but yet you're taking that title. And they have this deep level of disrespect for Jesus, who they call Jesus. And what he just said is not true. He did speak against it. Against his people. He didn't say it was a problem for his people to do it to your people. But you know, that leads into a whole nother discussion that we won't go into right now. It still ain't low, I'm about to say. All right, hold on, y'all. All right. Let's go here. Let's see what they're talking about right here. You gonna load that? Forget it. All right. Alabama's first black. What? Oh, you're gonna beat. Alabama's first black mayor doesn't care about black votes. I'm gonna play this clip from D2 Tubeman 2. She has a YouTube channel, or this person has a YouTube channel, another man or woman. And I'm gonna show this clip that she put up.
Don't ask me, I can come smile. I don't fucking have to do no goddamn work. Okay? I don't have to do no work systemically, and I'm gonna be fine. And guess what? I will always get 38 to 45% of the white vote. If I get 30 to 45% of the white vote, I don't fucking have to damn get the black vote I got this past election. I'll fucking win. You got a black city, that's great. You can have all black everything. And guess what? You won't have green nothing. The white money thinks that you are looking after their shit, they will take their shit to Prattville, they will take their shit to Pike Road, and you won't have shit.
You see the comments? You hear it?
No.
What?
You said what now?
Did you hear it?
Hear what?
What he said?
Yeah, I heard what he said.
What you think?
Deception.
He said, I only need 30 to 45% of the white vote. Without that, I'm good. I don't need a black vote. He said, you can get all the black vote, but it ain't going to be green. You need a white vote. Because if you don't get the white vote, if they don't think you're protecting them, they're going to go away from your ass.
Funny, he said the black vote ain't green because it actually is.
It is green, it's black, but yeah. This is how politicians view things. Remember when Stacey Abrams went on A5 South Show? And he asked her, why can't you make a bill that's for black people, a policy for black people? And she was like, well, black people are a minority and you need other people to win. You're never going to get something that specifically helps just black people because they're not a big enough part of the population, according to them. So he's saying the same thing. He's a lot more vulgar with terms.
Yeah, he's talking shit.
He kind of being more disrespectful about it, but he's saying the same thing.
I wonder how he talk when he be on that podium and being a politician.
Oh yeah, he definitely be doing the pony show for him. He kiss a little ass here and there. Definitely do. Let me.
Chat not gonna work.
You don't think so?
Oh, you gotta. Okay, try.
Nope. Okay, whatever. Trevor can speak up to Angela because she got no NOI army behind her. Virginia said, I call BS too, Travis, and don't forget to add communist.
Exactly. That's what I was going with, the communist.
Definitely a communist as well. Because she had inherited privileges. Although Virginia said, although I'm looking into communism to understand better how so many blacks were then and still now involved or attracted to it. Well, they was able to convince black people that in order for us to get ahead, we have to attack the system. A lot of the people in communism believe that you have to destroy the system because it's oppressive to all people. But they convince black people to take what they go through and tie it to everyone else. That's what you get the Rainbow Coalition, people of color, non-white Americans. You start getting terms like that where it's broad for everybody. And black people back then thought, well, if we work with everybody, it'll benefit us. And we saw throughout history, it doesn't. They start with black people as a foundation. They build on it, bring everybody up, and black people still stay at the bottom. So keep. Oh, sorry. Regina said my mom's side is okay. Mom said mom had been tracing her father's lineage. Found out heavy Cherokee, mulattoes, and Apache, and just recently to her Indian ancestry owned white slaves. Ooh. He said has an interesting twist. Yeah, I looked up our lineage. We found one mulatto on our father's line. Only one mulatto. A woman. It was it would be our father's father's great grandmother. She was a mulatto woman. But everybody else was, black from what I saw. On our mother's side, I didn't see no. I can only trace back my mother's lineage, my mother's lineage, and I saw no mulatto. I saw Indian, Native American, should I say? But I saw no. I didn't see any white, and I didn't see many mulattoes. But yeah. Come on, thing. And let me go back to this.
What time is it?
3:38. In 2022, black farmers were persistently left behind from the USDA's loan system. Anything you want to say?
They better jump on the Colorado train.
I was thinking that in my head.
You better jump on the Colorado train
to get niggas to get behind you. Because clearly they ain't dealing with
you. Better call up them black people in Colorado and get the blueprint.
Oh, y'all really, I don't like that y'all calling it a scam and saying they came up with some shit. I don't like that y'all doing that. Don't do that to those black people. That black man and his black wife are out there in Colorado trying to get food to the citizens.
Yeah, trying to get a bag.
Lucius Abrams is the third generation to take over the family Georgia farm and an operation that has long grown cotton, corn, and soybeans. When he did not receive any loan in time to buy the seeds and supplies he needed, he joined the Pickford versus Glickman class action lawsuit against USDA. The 1999 lawsuit alleged that the myriad ways the agency discriminated against black farmers resulted in uneven distribution of farm loans and assistance. This caused many black farmers to lose their land and farms to foreclose it. That's the point. They want you to lose it. But now they can steal it. They can steal it from you by not helping you, not giving you loans. Remember that story in Oregon? Was it in Oregon? Where the farmers were going to get a tax break? Debt break.
Yeah.
Forgive their debt. And the white and Asian farmers was like, no, this is discriminatory. We should be a part of this too. We have debt as well. And they were like, but these black farmers literally have more debt because they get less loans and all this other stuff.
They didn't give a damn.
They didn't give a damn. They said, you don't help us, nobody getting it. That was hilarious. But yeah, man, according to Travis, you need to be a scammer as a black farmer to make it. You can't do it through government assistance, through loans, but you have to pay back. And black farmers tend not to get as many government contracts as well. Remember, that's one of the things people said about reparations. They said, well, one thing you could do is give black farmers contracts with the government for food. That will automatically give them revenue because you're already going to have work. You have these large contracts with the government to produce food for the country.
If we get reparations, they're not doing that.
No, see, they were saying that could be one of the forms of reparations. People say education, all the other stuff.
If you get reparations, you can separate yourself.
You just saying get away from them.
Like that, what that white dude said, get the hell away from him.
He said, at this point, it's not worth it. Oh, that dude said, y'all wasting your time. It's pointless. They don't like you. They beating your ass. Just leave them to their own devices.
He pretty much saying nothing you do is good enough.
It ain't. It's not.
Because of what happened in America with slavery, it's never going to go away.
And because people naturally want true justice, and they'll never be able to give it to you because they're not going to want to. What they would have to do to give you actual justice, they're never going to be willing to do it.
What are you doing?
I'm reloading. Damn. Can I not reload it? You in a rush or something?
I'm Carlton Sanders, and...
Huh? Gonna get sick again, too.
I'm Carlton Sanders, and I'm from Forest, Mississippi, and I was a chicken grower for some 28 years for Cook Foods, and I lost everything I had due to the upgrades and a bunch of guys that didn't like black folks. That's the bottom line.
What?
I ordered that brand of chicken.
Well, he was giving it to you for a little while. They got rid of his ass.
I'm gonna check and see if it's on my ordering guide.
Are you gonna stop using it because they fucked him over?
Is that his brand or
No,
is
he
it
was working for them. He was producing their chicken for them.
They fucked him over?
Yeah.
Okay. They won't get now another.
Now another dollar.
For me.
Now you see this right here? It says, let me just quiet it. They said the company sent Sanders a 23-item update list for his farm, which totaled $318,000 in charges that weren't requested of white farmers.
They can read, dude.
No, I'm asking you for your opinion on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are you saying?
I'm not saying they can't read. I'm asking for your opinion.
They can read.
So
They
you filed a
like,
complaint.
yes, we can read.
Is it wrong for them to be like, hey, we need some upgrades to your farm? I mean, but they didn't ask for the same upgrades from the white farmers. So what were these upgrades? The 23 items. Let's see if they go through them. Oh, hold on.
People don't want to do that. But now Tyson and Cook, ooh. It's just like you in hell with those guys.
Remember that infamous? They was suing the damn company, the big company, and one by one they started dropping, settling, and then one guy was like, "I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. I couldn't hold on any longer. I had to settle."
That was so bad. he was in a car with the dark tents.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so bad. It was his neighbor. They had been friends for
20
over
years.
50, 40 years, and when the money got tight and shit
folded
hit the
on him.
fan, he was like, I didn't want to do it to him, but I had ran out of money, man.
Yeah, I used to cry and couldn't stand to come by here because I did everything from scratch. And I'd been here for 30-some years. Had a beautiful garden.
Beautiful.
You know, everything was just good and perfect. So, you know, therefore, it just made a mess out of things to have to get out and move somewhere else and relocate. And you know how it is. It was just hard all over.
The trauma we have to go through in this country.
Farming is generational wealth, and they always make it hard for you to keep anything in this country as a black person that gives your family generational wealth. So they're always going to do stuff like that. All right, let's move on. Representative Jeffries, the Democratic leader, had a run-in with some protesters because they was getting at him about the Ukraine war and how he was defending it. And you know he's a staunch Zionist as well. The first thing they do when these black people come out, they admit that they're Zionists and they are for and pro-Israel. First thing they say, they don't even talk about the black people first. Talk about the Zionists first. Talk about Israel first. It's crazy. But yeah. Hopefully this loads. Regina said, thanks for the history cliff notes about communism, Duke. Salute. It's a scam, Duke. All right, here we go. Okay, let me let these load up because now they're showing. I keep telling blacks you need to buy other politicians like others do. We plead and beg politicians we don't grease their palms. When you talking about PACs, then yeah, a lot of people say that black people need to get their money together and start political PACs of the black PAC and buy politicians one by one. So, but you know, people don't want to. In order to do that, you have to have a consistent stream of money to the PAC. You have to get donations and all that stuff. And you know, a lot of these people that we consider, would you consider them leaders, or are they just wealthy black people? Like P. Diddy and them, they're just wealthy black people.
They're just wealthy black people.
A lot of them have their own agendas and motives, so they're not going to be willing to donate to this PAC to get the politicians that the rest of the black community might want. They'll be like, no, if I'm giving the most money, we going with this politician. And the rest of the black community might be like, well, he ain't shit. We don't want him. He ain't going to do what we want. So as long as there's people with more money, it'll never work. Thanks for the history, Cliff. No, I already read that one. It's all a scam, dude. Just stop it. He came there with a scheme to get paid. He joined the lawsuit so he has a history of trying to get paid. He came to Colorado after buying land. He knew it wasn't going to be easy. What are you talking about?
Some of those black farmers.
Damn, you calling him scammers too? So y'all gonna call all the black farmers scammers now?
Listen, they doing what they got to do to survive out here.
All right, man.
They taking notes from the Nigerians.
Travis and Duke, if you don't mind sharing, Hub wants to know what your last name is, and do you know any Harris?
We do know. I know some Harrises.
I'm trying to think. Harris.
I could tell. I won't tell you what our last name is, but I'll tell you some sub groups that we're related to.
Okay.
Like related to Joneses, Hobsons, Kershaws, Williams. Washington. This is our father's side. Washingtons.
Yeah. I can't remember the other names. I'm gonna be honest.
Smith.
Yeah.
Now our father is from. Well, they're from South Carolina, but they moved up to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But they came back down.
To
Some
North
of the
Carolina.
family members.
Yeah, we got
our
some.
mama's side, they ain't never went nowhere.
They've been
They
North Carolina.
straight from North Carolina.
They straight from North Carolina. Yeah.
Kershaws, Hobson. No, that's the grandfather's side.
Yeah.
He came from South Carolina. But the Kershaws, the Loves.
Your Loves too.
Who else?
That's pretty much the bulk of them.
It's more. I just can't remember.
It's a lot of them. Yeah. Pretty big family, honestly. Compared to other people's families, it's a pretty big family. But you know, as time goes on, the family reunion, people start doing a reunion with just their last name. They don't come together.
And the only reason why I want to tell you our last name is because this is, Travis is me.
Yeah, yeah, that's his
See,
actual...
Duke is not. That's not his name. He's always had a nickname as a child. He has several, but I wasn't special enough to get a nickname. It's just always.
Don't it mean more when somebody call you
Travis?
Don't it mean more when somebody call you by your original name as your nickname?
What?
When people call you by your original name as your nickname, that means your name sticks to you. Nickname just means you did something that made them laugh and they call you that now. I still don't know how I got the nickname.
Oh, the Dukester?
I don't know how I got that one. I think it was Marvin that did it. I don't know.
Yeah, you had a couple of nicknames.
He's a Zionist. He's for Israel and Hebrew Israelite. 3 different ideologies when it comes to our kinfolk and kinfolks. We stay confused. All right, let me show what he had to say when white people came up on him talking about Ukraine. How he didn't really have much to say for him.
Good evening, everyone. What an honor and a blessing to be here.
Where is your peace plan for
with you all.
We're heading to nuclear war.
I can't hear that well. It sounds really static. Can you hear it well?
We can make do.
Okay, I'm just saying I hope they can hear it well because to me it's static. But I know what he's saying, but I'm hoping they can hear it.
You really couldn't hear it, whatever they were saying in the background.
Well, yeah, you can't hear that anyway. They just pretty much the guy says, "What is your peace plan for Ukraine?" And he just started going at him. And the people trying to yell over him, like, "Get out of here with that!"
And then they upped the music.
They started playing. Now remember in the script,
they started playing the music so you can tune the
and the
people out.
scriptures tell you that when you start telling the truth, they're gonna just turn the music louder. They can just not hear you. So when you're trying to teach truth in the end, people gonna just turn the music on and party. But anyway. So the men are trying to tell them, we're almost at World War III. We have a chance to go to nuclear war. What are you doing? We need a peace plan. We don't want to sit here and hear you talk about no damn societal stuff. Let's be real. This should be on the back burner right now. We're on the verge of World War III. And the black people in there said, turn the music on. And started dancing.
Well, those who are not meant to get it are not going to get it, so. They playing Tina Turner?
The man asked about World War III and nuclear war, and this is what they did.
Sad.
It's done. It's done. The man talking about nuclear war, and they want to dance. They
Simply the best.
It's tough, man. You ain't getting shit. Move. All fish tested from Michigan rivers contain forever chemicals. You know, they don't talk about, you know, the train that derailed in Detroit. Yeah, the one in Ohio. There's been over 40 trains in the last year that has derailed in Washington alone.
Washington State?
Yes. 40 trains has derailed, but they don't talk about it, obviously. They said over 1,000 derail a year. The infrastructure is terrible.
What kind of trains were these in Washington?
It's just random trains. It's not saying they're hazardous. It's not saying they're chemicals. It's just trains in general. It might be carrying some type of It might be somebody delivering Amazon stuff. You know that happened out there in California. They were stealing out the trains.
I said I didn't want to get on the plane going back to North Carolina because there's been a lot of plane crashes.
Yeah.
Now the damn trains are crashing. So when I talk about getting on the bus, there's gonna be a whole bunch of bus crashes on the roads too.
I doubt it.
It's gonna take 4 days to get there. On
It's
the
better
bus.
safe than sorry. Ain't it? Get that food. We want our money back, bruh. They just sent another. I'm about to talk about it. People are done. You know what was trending today? F Ukraine. People are done. This is why you had Zelensky come out and say, "Hey, you guys shouldn't be angry about the money we're getting because if we fight and beat Russia, it'll stop him from taking over Eastern Europe and possibly coming to take over the West." He's trying to use the whole scare tactic. We have to stop them here, or he's gonna. But he already said he don't want to expand. He just get NATO out of Ukraine. That's all he wants.
But he talking about going to go meet up with China's president too.
Well, the Chinese president said he wants peace, but they said that the CIA director, not CIA director, what's his name? Anthony Blinken. He said that China is thinking about giving weapons to Russia, or what they call a lethal aid. That is some double. That is news speak like crazy.
Just to zoom in on the word lethal.
Lethal aid. Lethal support. It's like these weapons. What you saying? I know my loan forgiveness money gone, so it's done. I can't drink. Oh yeah, they don't give that to Ukraine. Like the Mexican dude said to us in the comments, he said they're giving your reparations to Ukraine. Good luck.
Then he had the two laughing emojis in the bag.
Yeah, he ran off with your bag. All right, this is a guy. This is his name is Vivek. I forgot how he says his name. He's running for president. The Indian guy. He was asked, what's the first thing, he was asked about his priorities. And it says here, the first thing he says is increasing immigration.
Why would white people vote for him?
Well, because he's also teaching the whole American dream thing.
And it don't matter. He's pushing immigration.
Well, they'll vote for him if he's able to look.
No, they won't.
It's all talking points. If you speak against quote unquote wokeness, to say words.
That's wokeness. Talking about allowing more immigration, and that's wokeness.
See, they painted woke as social issues like racism, sexism, transgender, LGBTQ. That's woke now.
He's not winning.
Oh, he's not winning. I know that part. But hey, you got a shot. As long as you say the right words to him.
He ain't saying the right words.
All you gotta do is talk to him nice. That's it. Oh, come on, don't start this.
Don't stop till you get enough.
Please come on.
Yeah, it's buffering because they know some bullshit that's about to be said.
I gotta clean this cache. Come on. Load. All right, we good now. Let me play this. Come on, thing quickly, please. Wasting people's time.
Definitely wasting
points.
Huh?
Definitely wasting mine.
Tell audiences as you embark from here on this campaign.
I think we need to put merit back into America in every sphere of our lives. I mean, merit in who gets into this country. Let's start with that, okay? I think more people like my parents can be a good thing for this country. But people whose first act of entering this country as a law-breaking one, we should say a hard no to that. Not just who gets in, but also who gets ahead. Decimating affirmative action. It has been a national cancer. One of my top priorities will be to end affirmative action in every sphere of American life. And it's not just meritocracy and who gets ahead.
Ending affirmative action.
Yes.
I mean, our whole government is based on that idea.
Well, the funny thing, Tucker, is this would be an easy thing for a president to do. Lyndon Johnson issued an executive order that requires anyone who does business with the U.S. government, that covers over 20% of the U.S. workforce, to adopt race-based quota systems. Any Republican president since Lyndon Johnson could have taken a pen and crossed that out. We haven't done it yet. I think that's the kind of courage we're going to need to muster. Yes. To go after these sacred cows, from woke religion in the form of affirmative action to this new climate religion, which is completely shackling the American economy and culture. We need to take the most sacred cows of these alternative secular religions, and I'm sorry to say this, take them to the slaughterhouse, because that's what it's going to take for this national revival where we stop apologizing for what it means to be American. I'm all for putting America first, but in order to put America first, we have to first rediscover what America is. And to me, those are these basic rules of the road that set this nation into motion, from meritocracy to free speech to self-governance over aristocracy. People.
You know, it's always funny to me when you catch these Asians, Indians, and stuff that come over here to America and completely dismiss, at least publicly, their natural origin. They always just cling on to American. It's sad. You're going to another person's kingdom
to try to rule it.
And it's not just about, you want to change the rules to benefit, not even change the rules. You want to ingratiate yourself and integrate with that society instead of your own. I can't, my lineage was born here.
Y'all got that.
You came here. You didn't, like, you got all this education now, your success. You haven't even thought about going back to your country.
Exactly. Y'all supposed to come over here, use the hell out of America, get your shit up, and then go back to your country and make it better. The problem is y'all fall in love with the
West.
I want to use the biblical term. They fall in love with the whore.
Yeah, the wine of the whore. Yeah, they drink the wine, and they're just done. They're drunk on the wine of the whore, and they come over here. They abandon their religions, their customs, their culture. Dismiss it, disrespect it. The stuff I've heard people that leave these Middle Eastern countries or Asian countries and talk bad about their religion, like Islam or Buddhism, and speak ill of the government and the people's culture there in favor of the Western culture, knowing what it did to their country. Keep in mind, this man is Indian. We know what Britain did in Indian.
We know India. Everything he kept referencing was to animals. They love a good late night with an animal.
He said sacred animal. It's like, y'all worship cows, and it's like
they don't only worship them.
It's crazy.
They like to lay down with them too.
It's just crazy how you come to another person's kingdom and you ingratiate yourself. You don't even think about the possibility of making your king. I don't know. It is what it is. This is Nikki Haley,
this woman that's not in her prime anymore.
Now keep in mind, Nikki Haley said, Joe and Kamala even say America's racist. Take it from me, the first minority female governor in history. America is not a racist country.
And say America's racist. Nothing could be further from the truth.
Yeah.
The American people know better. My immigrant parents know better. And take it from me, the first minority female governor in history. America is not a racist country.
No, this is how technology works. She called herself Nikki Haley. You don't know what her real name is? It's a name she don't use because it's too ethnic. Her name is Nimarata Nikki Haley. You wanna know why you don't go by your first name? Because it sounds too un-American. It sounds too non-Western. So you call yourself Nikki.
So that shows that America is racist.
If you walk around calling yourself Nimarata Haley, you might not win. But Nikki Haley, these people crazy. You ain't even go by your real name.
That's like when these black women, LaQuisha.
Yeah.
Give me it's normally a subtle middle name. LaQuisha Nicole Brown. They'll say Nicole Brown.
Yeah.
No, your fucking name is LaQuisha.
He says.
And this is what I was talking about earlier. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm not even gonna play the video because it's acting up. It says, I know a ton of white people that are lazy and sorry and probably worse than black people I know. Is that a sign that MTG is a subconscious bias towards black people, or is she just flat out racist? So she was saying how she was making an argument. I know white people who have these attributes even more than I know black people. And it's like, so you're attributing those attributes to black people when you say that. So you're not saying that different what they saying you be saying.
Saying the same thing.
You're saying the same thing.
Just trying to make yourself seem less
outwardly open with it, but it's still pretty open if you ask me.
She's trying to be woke. See what woke happens? What happens when you trying to be woke?
He not winning Duke. Done. Don't be Duke. It's not a waste Duke. Front be Travis. Travis canceling chicken but refused to cancel Nike and support FUBU. Don't listen to a conflicted ass.
He said what?
He said you were canceling the chicken, the company the farmers work with, but you won't cancel Nike in favor of FUBU.
Nike ain't doing nothing to me.
Oh, here you go.
What did Nike do to me? What did they do?
What did the chicken company do to you?
They are affecting this black farmer.
Well, Nike has done some stuff to black people. They affected Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving is a millionaire who can fend for himself.
Okay.
This black farmer out here going through the shit. The man about to cry.
Okay.
You know how hard it is. This man about to cry.
Okay.
It's a difference.
Okay. Wasn't Vladimir Zelensky a former comedian, so he got jokes?
Hey, Nikki, you so fine.
Hey, you so Nikki, fine, you blew my mind. Hey, Nikki. Hey.
You know where you got that from.
Yeah.
Bring it on. Let's just be honest. We bring it on.
Look, we all
niggas
watch
was
some
watching
movies.
Bring It On.
We definitely watched.
Sure did.
But
that's when we thought Gabriel was Gabrielle, but then we came to find out that Gabriel was actually Gabriel.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, he was a comedian. He's an actor. We know what it's all. It's a game they playing. They run a game on us. But
hey, Nikki, you so fine.
Look, it's stuck in your head now. You didn't got it stuck in his head now. All right, let's move on.
I think George was in that movie. Bring It On. He was an extra on the set.
New York City.
He was with the what was it called? What was the black? No, he was with a white.
Yeah, definitely with a white team. Definitely. Sorry, George. I got to be honest. You definitely with the bunnies.
He was not throwing the sisters up in the air trying to see.
NYC Mayor Eric Adams decries remote work. You can't stay home in your pajamas all day. Y'all been trying for the past, year?
They're not going back.
They're not going back.
They're not going back.
They will quit their job if you try.
Sure, they will.
So you might as well just hang it up.
Matter of fact, I had there was an employee. He said his daughter quit her T-Mobile job, like the corporate part, because they said get back to work, and she just found another. Went to a Sprint or somewhere else where she could be at home all day. That white one was like, "Fuck that."
You done goof. You gave them the ability to make more money at home.
They're like, I get to be at home. My husband's waiting for me.
With my kids. When my kids gonna be at school, my husband here.
I can tell my husband, you can pop in around lunchtime.
I can work at my own hours.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much an entrepreneur. I can work at my own hours.
That woman said, "No, I ain't going back. I like this life.
My life.
The Clark sisters. I like living this kind of life. I'm living a blessed life. Blessed and highly favored.
U.S. readies new $2 billion aid package for Ukraine. Aid is intended to finance contracts with lagging delivery dates. White House says sweeping new sanctions are also planned. The U.S. will send Ukraine another $2 billion in security. I think it's even more. I think it's $10 billion, if I'm not mistaken. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said Thursday night the package to be issued under their Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative will build on previous efforts to aid Ukraine defenses against Russia. Sullivan confirmed the new assistance during the CNN town hall with U.S. Agency for International Development Administrator Samantha Power. Welfare boy. That's welfare, ain't it?
They're welfare queens.
Yeah.
Ukraine is a welfare queen.
Well, maybe they're welfare kings because it's giving it to the president and his wife going on $40,000 shopping trips, by the way. That got exposed.
That's just like taking her going out and doing 40,000 shopping sprees. It's like somebody getting food stamps and buying fucking lobster.
Steak and lobster, yeah.
What's the difference? Keep buying your steak and lobster.
But they buying more than steak and lobster. They buying steak, lobster. They buying the most expensive wines and stuff. They going all out.
Well, what they don't sell. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Food stamps, boy. That's food stamps. All right, let me show this. U.S. to support Ukrainian pensions.
In the 90s.
Huh?
In the 90s, it was how many books?
Yeah, how many books you got?
For much needed humanitarian assistance as well as food, water, medicine, shelter, and other aid to Ukrainians displaced by Russia's war, and provide aid for those seeking refuge in other countries from Ukraine. It's also going to help schools and hospitals open. It's going to allow pensions and social support to be paid to the Ukrainian people so they have something in their pocket.
So we're
now paying the pensions and Social Security of Ukrainians.
Well, those of us who have a job are paying for.
So now you're going to be funding Ukraine's society. So
pretty much.
They're elders.
Shit, I'm about ready to draw my damn shit.
Yeah.
And just call it a day.
They're giving it away.
Get a whole bunch of Capital One cars. Draw all the damn money off of it and go South America. Be done with this shit.
Oh. You said South America? So now y'all know I've been asking him for years. Well, y'all don't even know. I've been asking him for years if he could leave the country, where would he go? He never would say. Because I would say, well, you wouldn't go to Africa? He wouldn't answer. Now you finally admitted it'll be South America.
The second biggest population of black people is in South America.
It's Africa. What are you talking about?
The second biggest population of black people outside of Africa is in South America.
What did I do anything?
I'm going where black people are.
It's black people. It's more in Africa.
I don't deal with those niggas.
Oh, how you know you don't deal with the other ones?
We don't sit too long with one another before shit starts shaking. So
shit starts shaking. All right, go over there and get your ass whooped.
By who?
Either one.
Shit.
Them Colombians gonna be doing that. What's that dance? That's that.
I ain't say I was going to Colombia.
Or Brazil. You gonna be on the wall with them, climbing over the wall.
That's
with
fucked
them
up.
In the slum. I'm just being honest.
Wow.
They try to hide them during the Olympics.
No. Don't try to speak up for them now.
What you mean? I was speaking up for them when I said something.
No, you laughed. You did a little chuckle with it.
Nah,
that ain't funny.
You adding to it.
They were like, we here. We are here. Y'all not gonna make us invisible. We are here in this country too.
They definitely was making sure you see making sure you see them. That's how you do it though.
Because that's what niggas do. You're not just gonna dismiss us like we invisible. We ain't here. We here.
Yeah. Y'all notice all these facilities burning. Now last year, it was food plants and all that stuff. This year it's been train derailments and the power boxes things been shot up last year as well. Now you got lumber facilities, and Florida has had like three factories get burned down. I'm not crazy. I know that fires and train derailments and that stuff it happens normal. Just because it don't make the news don't mean it didn't happen. But I also know when they get put in the news, there's a reason why they're putting it in the news. So why are they? So this stuff always been happening. So why are they covering it more now?
I don't know. I think you can say that they're trying to set you up. They're trying to set you up for letting you know there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of shortages, things that you used to have, things that you're accustomed to is no longer going to be available to you.
So getting you used to the mindset of there being a shortage of goods
in America.
So showing you that, even though it might not be the truth, they showing you that this is happening.
Yeah.
So when they tell you, oh, it's less food, you remember there was 30 factories that burned down last year.
Yeah.
You go, oh yeah, that's why. And instead, it's not true. It didn't happen. Let me show this.
Yeah.
What the hell? We lagging like crazy right now, I can tell. All right. So this is a massive plumes of smoke seen in the skies of Brooklyn following a large fire at the lumber facility in Williamsburg, New York. There you got this one. This is B&O News. Large explosion at metals making plant in Bedford, Ohio. Reports of multiple victims. So lumber, metals, power systems, train derailments with chemicals. Oh my.
Chicken farms being blown up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Since we're talking about this, this is the picture Travis took.
That's it. Now, this is it. When I was outside.
This is a picture. I hope y'all can see it right. This is a picture of the sky. You walking outside.
I was walking my dog.
You looked up.
And I said, what the hell?
Now you took pictures. Now
that's regular stars.
These are stars. What the hell is these?
Now zoom in.
This is as far as I can. Hold on.
What the hell is that?
What is that?
It's two. What is that?
Now is that the spy balloons again, or like what is that?
I don't know what it is.
I mean,
all I know is when I saw it, I started repenting.
Hey, Lord, forgive me.
Lord, forgive me.
When I first saw it, I thought maybe it's just stars and it's a reflection of something. Maybe it's a plane. There ain't no plane. Those ain't no stars.
That ain't no plane.
Like those are stars, obviously.
Well, hold on. You zoom in close.
I don't know what these two right here is. So there's some shit going on in the skies. Once again, they just got some stuff flying in the skies to scare people and get people in this fear mode?
Well, it was prophesied that they are going to come back.
Well, that too. But are they just trying to make us think that's what it is? All right, this is the last time I'm going to try this.
Still not working.
No, it's froze right now. Okay. George said, Travis, get your ass on a Greyhound. Virginia says she don't like to be known. What I'm telling you, this is un-American. These packages of Ukraine, man. I'm Ukrainian. Where my damn A? George, you ain't Ukrainian. They ain't giving you nothing. Ukraine not spending it fast enough. They not stockpiling weapons. They stockpiling bombs.
Well, George calling himself Ukrainian because he like being with Ukrainians.
Virginia, hey, you could have got you one of them brides. Remember those when the war first started? There was rumors that these women were leaving the country and they were just going to all these countries and dudes were purchasing wives from Ukraine. Virginia says, have you guys been watching Last of Us? If yes. Decode episode 5 with the two brothers. I'm still disgusted. Episode 5.
With the two brothers.
Oh, Henry.
Oh, yeah.
When he had to shoot his brother because he got bit. Yeah. I knew, well, I played the video game. I didn't read, there was a book it's based off of, and I knew that I'm surprised they made him deaf. I'm surprised by that. But when they made him the villain, or not the villain, I guess you said, what do they call it? A complicated character. Wait, what's wrong with you?
Nothing.
Oh, my bad. They made him a complicated character. It didn't really go out that way. I didn't expect it to go that way. I want to say it that way. He did what he had to do. I just said it like that. I'm surprised. I don't know why. What's her name? What's the girl name?
The little white girl in the show?
The good white girl. She should have told him immediately.
Well, she thought that her blood could save him because, that's what she's going there for him to run tests on her blood and make into a vaccine for everybody.
Well, yeah. And that whole blood saving him thing, that's supposed to be the pure blood saving the little Negro. If I put this pure blood, it may save him from the virus, but yeah. It's a good show, though. It's definitely a good show. Are those satellites or is the deflated balloon? The Clinton death tied to Epstein and any. Come on, man. And it is another come on, man. Exactly. We're going to talk about that too. George said trying to eventually force us to volunteer to go into camps to have a promise of needs provided. They want you to be happy with nothing. Travis will recruit us to be his new Filipino slaves. George said them UFOs, Virginia, Travis kind, because they look uneventful, like the two don't research. He said they don't. They look boring. Oh man. But yeah, let's move on to the next topic.
They born till they come down here.
Yeah, they born when they that far away.
I want to see what you gonna say when they come down here.
Death of shot Clinton aide with Epstein ties found tied to tree, ruled suicide despite no gun at scene. That was the initial story.
It's attached to what name? Don't say the name.
The name.
The name.
So apparently they found this dude tied with a rope around his neck, a extension cord around his neck, and a gunshot wound to the chest. But the shotgun, at first, they said there was no gun there, right? They didn't find a gun. And it was like, what? How do you shoot yourself and hang yourself at the same time? Did you put a rope around your neck, shoot yourself, and then let yourself drop? And where the gun at?
The birds carried it off.
So this story came out first, and it was obviously, you know, everybody was saying, oh, another Clinton, Arkansas body count. There's another one. And then they hurry up and put this out, gave them more information. The police in Arkansas ruled it a suicide, by the way. I'm going to say that again. The police in Arkansas ruled it a suicide. Soon after that article was released that there was no gun found, they put this out. Exclusive. Daily Mail. Shotgun was found near the body of Clinton aide linked to Jeffrey Epstein. He texted his wife, found a perfect place for a nap before blasting his chest and falling from the bench with an electrical cord tied around his neck. Now, what's the point of the electrical cord if you're shooting yourself? You ain't gonna say nothing about this one? So NOI and Clinton are untouchable to you. Clinton. Okay, let's scroll down. Go up right quick. And more details of how the cops now believe Mark Middleton killed himself have been released. Papers released earlier by Perry County Sheriff Scott Montgomery said deputies who were called to the Hefner Ranch in Perryville, an hour west of Little Rock, after an abandoned BMW SUV was found there, specifically said there was no gun in the car. Okay. But now a further set of papers have been released to DailyMail.com that says that the weapon, a Stroger 12 gauge Coach gun, was found on the ground 30 feet from Middleton's body. So this is what they want you to believe. I'm not going to read the rest of this. I'm going to read this next paragraph, but they want to say that he shot himself, and because of the angle of the gun, it flew 30 feet away from him. So it wasn't in the near position. It was 30 feet. Okay. In a new paper, Sergeant Keenan Carter gives a detailed explanation of how he believes Middleton, an aide who signed pedophile at Jeffrey Epstein into the White House 17 times, I think, to be exact, during Bill Clinton's presidency, took great lengths to ensure his suicide bid was successful. After writing a text to his wife saying he had found a perfect place for nap in the sun, he tied an electrical cord around his neck and then shot himself. So if the blast didn't kill him, the wire would when he fell. In a note to his wife, Rhea Middleton said, "Going to rest for a while," he added. "You are a great mom and wife, babe. Please be happy today and get you some sun. It will make you feel better. I love you." He signed off on the text with a heart emoji. Carter and Middleton, 59, whatever. He stood on top of the bench and tied one end of the extension cord to the large limb of a tree, It's believed that when he took the firearm and placed the barrel against his chest and then reached out with his left hand and placed his first finger on the first trigger. It's believed he pulled the trigger on the firearm casing to discharge the strike him in the chest Then he fell from the bench, causing the extension cord to become tight, cutting off his breathing. It said as reported the gun landed so far from Middleton's body due to the recoil from the discharge and the height of the angle of the ground. What's he gonna say?
Oh, God, you know, it's a tragedy what happened to him. It's a tragedy.
Just so happened he was the man who signed in for Epstein to get into Clinton's White House killed himself.
Well, white men do have a high rate of suicide, by the way. Yeah, they do. So it's possible. It's believable.
It definitely benefits the Clintons.
It benefits.
He's the one that signed Epstein to come to the White House to visit Bill Clinton. If you get him, he give you information. He know more than he was ever told he had.
I think the Clintons liked him. You know, he was beloved by them.
Okay, yeah, he was beloved, all right. Brain implant startup backed by Bezos and Gates is testing mind-controlled computing on humans. Cycron is part of an emerging crop of companies testing technology in the brain-computer interface industry. In a Brooklyn lab stuffed with 3D printers and a makeshift pickleball court, employees at a brain interface startup called Cycron are working on technology designed to transform daily life for people with paralysis. The Cycron switch is implanted through a blood vessel to allow people with no or very limited physical mobility to operate technology such as sensors and smart home devices using their mind. So far, the nascent technology has been used in 3 patients in the U.S. and 4 in Australia. Founded in 2012, Cycron is part of a burgeoning brain-computer interface, or BCI, industry. A BCI is a system that deciphers brain signals and translates them into commands for external technologies. Perhaps the best-known name in the space of Neuralink, thanks to the high-profile and founder Elon Musk, who's also the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter. Why do they keep wanting to put something in your brain that connect you to the internet?
Plug you directly into the matrix.
So instead of you having to associate it with get into it through your phone or your laptop or your computer,
you directly plug
your
into
brain
it.
is already there.
Like that show on Mirrors where you could go back and
Oh, funny you brought it up.
Oh.
It's the next clip. There was a show on Black Mirror where you could look at your memories through an implant through your brain. And look at this.
Oh, there he is. Hi. Wow. What a big guy. Punch. Oh, there he is. Hi. Wow. What a big guy.
So we never looked at things for what they are. When people used to take pictures, they would look at the picture as the picture of themselves in a moment. Kind of a memory. Video the same way. It was a video of a moment, a memory. So now, through this technology they have here, you can now play a moment or a video or a memory in front of you and interact with it.
It's getting real.
It's getting crazy. So if you take a video somewhere, go away for years, come back, you can play this video in that spot, and it will act out that video in that moment.
That scene.
It will act it out in front of you. So instead of just watching the video on the screen,
you get to
you're walking into memory. And this is just the beginning. How long before you combine the VR, which is what this basically is, VR, and extend this even more, where you can be in a movie. You could be in a movie. The NBA just did a thing at All-Star Weekend where they got some new technology that allow fans to be in the game, like in the actual basketball game
court.
Yeah, so they got this new. So they're expanding this VR thing. It didn't go where I think they wanted it to go when they introduced it like 15 years ago, but now it's starting to catch up, and it's becoming normal now. So be careful. Be careful what you wish for. Because when I can look at memories, now you can, how long before they can actually just take a memory out of your brain? Not a video, an actual memory. Now you can't lie. Now they can go through your memory and look for something to see if you did something or not, and you can't even deny it because it's in your brain. You remember it. Dang, Travis, you really don't do research.
George, be quiet. They ain't got nothing to do with research. I know a whole bunch of shit on the Clintons. I'm choosing not to say anything on the Clintons. Duke gave you enough. Okay?
Episode 5 for me, my first start. Niggas kill niggas. Nothing to see here. Second was blacks are, again, ritualized to save white. Well, yeah, he killed his brother to save the white. Yeah. He killed his brother to save the white girl. As a matter of fact, the dude who supposed to be protecting her didn't even do it. It was the other guy who had to kill his own brother to protect her.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good point. That's a good one. Imaginary cover up, Travis Style. That's definitely a come on, man. King Time story. That's been around since the 90s as part of the liquid software. They had a story on something like this in Ripple, believe it or not. A person had his own house hooked to interact with his brain chip. Yeah, I do remember hearing that. You put these things on your fingertips and you just think of something and it'll draw something on the screen. It wasn't at the level that it's trying to get to now where you can control a machine next to you or something, but yeah, transhumanism, exactly. They are getting bigger, trying to give you fleshy spiritual abilities. Black Mirror is the home as you youngest. Black Mirror is the homie as you youngest like to say. Travis demons are here to go to Switzerland, and that's why I said you don't do research.
You think the demons are only going to go to Switzerland?
People say it's like RoboCop. Yeah. Once again, they showed you we're going to make you bring yourself into this new technology. I mean, they started with the people with limbs missing. So let's just give them some type of machinery to help them walk, give them a hand. That seemed like useful. Next thing you know, they're trying to give somebody who has all their limbs, let's put a chip in your brain and put you in a suit so you can turn into Iron Man. All right, I think that's the last thing we had to talk about. We got one more. This is the last one. A quick little story that we ain't surprised by at all. Bestiality may be legalized in EU state. Now, this is RT, Russia Today. The practice would no longer be considered a criminal offense according to proposed amendment to Spain's penal code. Zoophilia in Spain may soon become decriminalized after lawmakers finalized the draft of a new penal code amendment on Monday. The legislation is part of an animal welfare bill that was provided by the lower house of the Spanish parliament earlier this month and is now waiting final approval in the Senate. The bill was initially introduced and pushed through by Spain's social rights minister Lone Balera, who promoted it as seeking to protect the well-being of animals, regardless of whether they are pets or wild animals. The amendment seeks to introduce several changes to the Spanish penal code, which as of 2015 has treated bestiality as a form of abuse and suggested a 3-month or 1-year prison sentence for causing injuries that seriously impair the health in animals for subjecting them to sexual exploitation. If the penal code reform is approved, the previous article will be deleted and replaced by a new one titled Crimes Against Animals. The new law would only introduce punishments to animal owners who, by any means or procedure, include acts of a sexual nature, cause an animal to injury that requires veterinary treatment to restore its health. So basically what they're saying is it's only a crime if you have sex with your animal and it hurts them. Are we surprised that it's Spain?
No.
Not surprised at all.
We wouldn't be surprised that it's any European country.
Yeah.
Or Middle Eastern country.
They have a brothel for animals.
That's it. Is that in Germany?
I think it's in Germany. So, sick people, man. Sick people. That's why you got to stay away from them, man.
Yo, you got some sick old black people out here too.
What they got to do? Now, hold on. Niggas do that all the time. What do sick niggas got to do with this?
They out here fucking dogs too. So,
the portal, Travis, shake my head.
We know, George. It's CERN. We know, George. Is that what you want me to say? CERN? We know that CERN is in Switzerland, George.
Talk your bums don't do. He told you bums don't do research. Wow, they want the kids and the woman want the German shepherds. Spain is a new Amsterdam. They want the kids and the women want the German shepherds.
They do. That's why they be walking around here with these big ass dogs. Why are these white women walking around here with these big ass dogs?
Boy, these be some big ass dogs, bruh. I ain't even gonna lie.
Dogs being there handling business.
That's crazy. All right, I think we done kept y'all long enough. This is way longer than it was supposed to be. We supposed to be on here for like an hour and a half. But, you know, things happen. You know, it is what it is. But anyway, man, what's the last words you want to say to let the people go?
Thanks for viewing the channel. I'm surprised this many people showed up. Thanks for stopping by. You don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
That's your new thing now? You're going to be saying that? Okay. Anyway, man, thank y'all for showing. Thank y'all. Make sure you like it on the way out. Be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to try to promote this channel more so it can at least get the people, the same people, to know that it exists, because we don't even talk about it till we get suspended. But anyway, please like it, comment, share it if you can. It's going to be on Facebook. We on Twitter. Shout out to y'all, man. All praise to the Most High.
Dude talking like we international. We gonna be here. We gonna be doing it big. This platform, that platform. Watch out. New album coming out.
All right, man. All praise to the Most High. Peace, man.